please. Hold, 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 please. Brown Girl Bella. The Bella is back. Hello, babes. How are you all? Hope all is well. Welcome to Brown Girl Bella's Bella After Dark. I know we got some folks in here, so let me start by saying welcome. If you're new here, here's what I do. I give a little song, play one of my mixes, and I welcome you all in. We talk about tonight's topic. I'm going to start off by explaining what it is and my take on it. Then I'm going to invite my special guest up, who is already here. And then we're going to open the floor for questions, comments, thoughts, and all that good stuff. Sounds good to you? Sounds great to me. All right. Without further delay, let's get that music. Hey, welcome in, y'all. Welcome in. All right, let me start from the beginning because I know we had a lot of people in here earlier. Ruby Lynn, hello, welcome in. Johanna Lynn, welcome in. Thank you so much. Angelita, hello. Olin, hello, welcome in. Louis, welcome in. Virtual hug. Yes, Thin Blue Line, hello there, my friend. Hello. Marilyn, hello. Hello. All right, who else is in here? Mary Lou, hi, hello. Yes. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. Who else is in here? Shanine, hello. Hi. Welcome. Andrew, mega love shout out to you too. Thank you so much. Let me turn this down a little bit so y'all can hear me shout your name out. Hey, Brother Mar, hello. Welcome in. Woo-hoo, woo-hoo. Hey, Feminine Melanin, hello. Welcome in. Yes, my TT's in the house. Everybody say hello to TT Wendy. BDBGP's in the house. What's up? Thank you. Hair check. Let me see. What's going on? Hair's flying everywhere. Is hair flying everywhere? What's going on? What's going on? Hey, disgusting Batman, what's going on? Hello, how are you? All right. Come on, y'all. Thank you. Hey, TT.
Brown Girl Bella.
All right. That's our intro. Let me bring up our guest. Hello there.
Hello, Miss Bella. How are you doing today? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. How are you today?
I'm doing pretty good. Can't complain.
That's good. That's good. Thank you for the hair check. How am I looking? I'm okay.
Yeah, Bella, you look great. You look great.
I just came from a workout, so I'm all verklempt and hair is a little sweaty. So just pulled it up, you know, some things. Woo, woo, woo. Hey, Dawn people, welcome in. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now you got me all self-conscious. Like, are my curls like popping out somewhere? They're all good.
Ask the sisters in your chat. They'll
What's
tell you the truth.
This is how I'm looking. How I'm looking. Am I looking a little cray or I'm looking all right? Here, let me just take it down. Let me just take it down. Take it down a notch. Oh, dang. See, that's the thing. When you got these little scrunchies in your hair, they are a beast to get out. Hi. Wendy said hello, DLD.
Hey, Wendy, how you doing?
Whew, okay.
Hope everything is all right. Going good for you. Thank you for coming through on my channel as well, Wendy. Thank you.
Of course, of course. We support our people. All right. Hold, please. Ugh. Let me get myself together. Thank you, Dawn. She says beauty at its best. Listen, I'm trying to get my Kanye workout plan on because, it's the summer. It's the summer. And the summer is going to have me outside the house doing what I do, dipping in and doing it. Zipping and doing. So how are you doing this summer, Mr.
I'm burning up over here.
Huh?
I'm burning up.
I know that's right. That Vegas heat ain't nothing for the faint of heart. That's for sure.
Not at all.
Ooh,
Did you hear about the news? Did you hear about the news?
I think so, but
I'm talking about your boy Angel.
Oh no.
Oh, he was acting a fool today, Bella. he was on my nephew's live stream today.
He was on whose live stream?
My nephew's.
Oh.
You didn't know I had a nephew on you?
I vaguely remember that. I vaguely remember you saying that your nephew was on here.
Yeah, he was over there today.
Oh my goodness.
I'll give you the link when we're done here. You can check it out.
Okay. Well, brief us in since you started talking about it. What was going on?
Well, he was talking about he had met some girl on Tinder, Instagram somewhere, and he's supposed to be going out to, I think he said to Miami, flying out to meet her.
Oh.
So that's what he's over there talking about today. It got kind of wild. It got a little wild.
Wow. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, I know he tried to reach out and he has a new number and he was trying to reach out to me. But I've been, really just trying to, if you hear the squeaking in the background, that's Miss Dream. She wants to play with her toy. And, that's that.
She wants some attention.
Of course. That's how she does me. So I know he had tried to reach out. I've just been kind of in my own zone, trying to get myself together, get my head straight, trying to figure out where I want to go, what I want to do. And most importantly, like how I want to move and who I want to move with. You know what I mean?
I hear you.
Because you can't just go on a journey with everybody, right? Sometimes you gotta go it alone. So that's kind of where my head has been these past few weeks. Because there's a lot going on in my world. So let's talk about this topic. So this topic came to me ironically because two people who are famous in the news came to me as news stories. And I was curious because usually when you hear stories about someone cheating, it's the man cheating on the woman. Here were two cases where the woman was supposedly cheating on the man. And I'm just looking at the comments and the outpouring that I seem to see when it's now the woman who is charged with cheating, and how different it is from when the man is charged with cheating. So, first, let me ask your opinion on this. What is your stance on cheating, whether it's a woman cheating or a man cheating? What is your stance?
I can't stand cheaters. Um, I believe if you're in a relationship with someone and if you can't be loyal to that person, then why be in the relationship? I understand women when they're married, they may have children, maybe a financial situation. Um, as to the reason why they don't leave the man if he's cheating, but I believe either, regardless of the gender, if you're not loyal, you don't want to be loyal to a person, then you should leave that person, and go out and do whatever you want to do at that point, once the relationship is over with. And if you're married, then once the divorce is over with. That's my stance. I just don't believe in it.
Okay. Same here. I think that it snowballs into other things. And once you open that doorway, it's kind of hard to close it. And once the trust in the relationship has been broken, it's very, very hard to repair it. And I know, because I have been on the receiving end of this, I know that in trying to see if things, could be salvaged, it ended up being an even worse situation. And at the end of the day, you find yourself being very resentful and angry, and really at a point where mentally, I think you just checked out of the relationship. And I feel like when it is the man who is cheated, is always that, person, whether it's someone in your family, whether it's your friends, whatever, that's like, oh girl, like men will be men, boys will be boys, just suck it up. It's okay. Like this happens all the time. You guys can get past it. But if it is the woman, there's absolutely no getting past it. It's like hard stop. There's no room to like have that kind of error and then evolve from it or grow from it or salvage the relationship once the woman has stepped out. And I just want to understand in this conversation we're going to have tonight why that is and how this occurs and why this occurs. Because I feel like if we can kind of not solve it, but understand the root point, we can try to get into other relationship dilemmas and discussions that kind of stem from this. Because, it's all about honesty. It's all about trust. It's all about being and showing up and being sincere in the relationship and not trying to pull the wool over someone's eyes or bait and switch. My thing is, when confronted with this, 9 times out of 10, men kind of deflect from the issue and say, well, you weren't doing this, or, the relationship, hit a point because of this, and that's why I did X. Instead of understanding that the problem is not with the person that you're in the relationship with, the problem is in yourself, and not being honest enough in telling the person that you're in the relationship with that you're having doubts about the relationship, or your feelings have changed, or you're setting your sights on someone else and that person has caught your eye. I don't think that instead of telling the truth, instead of being honest and upfront in that moment, a lot of times they deflect and they talk about issues that have nothing to do with the fact that you stepped out on the relationship, and everything to do with how and who you are, right? My grandmother used to always say, if you lie, you're going to cheat. If you cheat, you're going to steal. And if you steal, you're going to kill. And I feel like that is something that always kind of stuck in my head. So when I see these types of things and I hear these types of scenarios, I always go back to that point. Like, okay, if this is happening, that means other things are happening too. Or at least there's a propensity for other things to happen as well. All right, so let's go into the discussion. I want to show you something. So let me open it up. And let's go back. Oh, goodness. Somebody's expending their extra energy. She's running back and forth. All right, hang on just one sec. Dream. Okay. Here we go.
Because I want these people to know how you slept with my brother.
Whoop-de-doo. Everybody knew except you.
So what did I say about you though? What type of girl did I say about you?
What you mean? Niggas
What you mean?
do it. Guys do it. Why can I do it?
But you fuck my brother though.
Okay. Like, what you want, a cookie? Like,
but we got kids because you my baby mom.
Okay, I don't owe you no loyalty.
What you mean you want me no loyalty? We got a whole kid and I pay the bills.
I'm not your girlfriend. I'm a baby mom. I owe you no loyalty. I used to owe you loyalty. I don't owe you nothing now.
Yeah, but I pay the bills in
it. It doesn't matter. He paid them with you.
Nobody paid nothing with me. I just dropped off 2,500 over here the other day.
And you dropped off 5 bands. Who dropped off
more? What that say about you as a woman though?
It's light, food, kids gotta eat. You're not providing.
Yeah, but we was together for 5 years. Like,
okay.
why you think it's okay to fuck my brother though?
Time don't mean nothing. Time ain't nothing but a number that can change.
I'm just saying though, like that's crazy that you feel like it's all right though, and I'm gonna let the whole world know that you fuck my brother.
You can't expose me, no.
No, but I'm gonna expose you with this video though.
Okay,
you fuck my brother though.
The thing is, the gag is.
No.
You gonna look stupid because you trying to expose me.
No, I'm not gonna look stupid. You gonna look stupid because we got a whole 2-year-old together and you fuck my brother.
Okay, the 2-year-old wasn't here when it happened. Why does it matter?
But I'm just saying though, but like, what was the point of that though? Like, what you get out of that though? Like, you have no self-respect for yourself. You have no self-respect for yourself.
Well, out of it.
See, this shows that you really childish and you're not mature at all in no type of way though.
I'm very mature.
No, you're not though. You're really nothing. Nah, but you're nothing though. You're nothing though.
You slept.
And you're really a whore though. You're really a whore. How about that?
That's okay.
Yeah. But you have no respect for yourself.
You think so?
No respect for yourself. You slept with my brother though.
I'm glad your brother don't think that of me.
No. It's not about that though. And I'm gonna have some words with him too. But it's like you don't even. Nah, because like I just don't understand why you don't think about things. Like think about how I would feel.
Think about. I don't care about how you feel. Your feelings have nothing to do with me. Go find somebody who cares. Find somebody who gives two fucks. I don't care.
That's crazy.
So stop recording me and get out.
That's crazy though. I treated you so good.
You can't be your son.
No, but I treated you. When we was together, I treated you so good though. I mean, you know why I'm here.
Bro, like.
Okay. So, DOD, what do you think about that?
Bella, what is going on with this generation, this younger generation these days? This feminism, I mean, it's just really been turned our young women specifically, but it's just I don't know what to say anymore. Bella, and the thing is, I just watched that video that you just played just
Mhm.
before I came over here. It came up on my feed for some reason, so I watched it, and it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable to me that these young women today don't care about their morality. They don't care about how they're judged or viewed by people these days. It used to be a time where women most women would never do what she did. It's just I don't know. I don't know how to. It's
I mean, there's a lot of women
sad.
who would not do what she did. But I think you are onto something. This generation, the millennials, they have this all about me kind of attitude. And it is interesting that they feel like, with this culture and with, the people, who are coming up and like music and rap, all these women are talking about this, um, you know, they all have, these popular, memes that they keep repeating, talking about, how they got, boys on their roster and, how they feel and how they're going to trick off this one and how they're going to trick off that one. And they're going to get money from this one and get money from that one. And there is not a sense of, at the end of the day, I have to look at myself in the mirror. I have to atone for whatever actions I take, good, bad, or indifferent. And someday their son may happen upon this, may see this. And what are you going to explain to him about your behavior in this scenario? How are you going to explain to your son how you behaved in this instance? Now, I'm not saying whether she's right or wrong or indifferent. I'm just saying when there is a double standard like this, we should hold both people accountable. Like we should not be condoning men for this behavior. We should not be condoning women for this behavior. And I abhorred the notion that boys will be boys, men will be men, and that it's in your nature to do this. I don't think it's in anyone's nature to do this. I think this is something that you decide as a person that you're either going to do or you're not going to do. You're either going to cheat or you're not going to cheat. And it's on both sexes to uphold that, and to embrace that and to revel in that. Like, why would you want your woman to think of you any other kind of way? Why would you want your woman to think that anything that comes out of your mouth is a lie? Why would you?
Huh? I understand what you're saying, but it seems like when we have these discussions, it always turns into the man. The title was "Why Do Women Cheat?" but we're talking about men, and it always goes that way when we have these discussions. Now, let me ask you: why aren't women, older women, sitting these young girls down, these young women down, and having conversations with them about this, about being promiscuous and not having any self-respect? It should be the older women, the elder women in their family that should be sitting down with these youngsters and explaining to them that a high body count at a young age is not a good thing.
But is a high body count a good thing for a man?
See, but we're talking about women tonight, right?
We are talking
it always goes back over to.
If you look at what we're saying, I said, why do we condone, quote unquote, men cheating, but not women? So why is it that when men cheat, it is it's looked down upon, but it's immediately brushed aside. But women, the elders have to get involved. They have to tell them a high body count is not good. This is, not a good look for women. High body counts is not good. But you don't say this to men as well. I'm saying it needs to be said to both, because again, you've got these men out here throwing it around all willy-nilly and thinking it's all sweet, bringing women back diseases, babies, all kinds of nonsense. But when women do it, there's a scarlet letter on their forehead. They are shamed by everyone. And in our generation, specifically DOD, when we see this in younger women, we immediately, label them whores, label them, all these names.
304s. 304s.
304s.
Mm-hmm. That's what they're labeled these days. But see, the thing again, Shannon. I'm sorry. The only reason why this is happening is because the elder women are not teaching these young sisters to keep their legs closed. Back in the day, the mothers and the grandmothers always taught their daughters and granddaughters that. They're not doing that anymore. These young women now see themselves as equal to men. They want to be able to do everything men do, and we're not equal whatsoever. There is no equal between men and women. It just isn't. Women, like you said, when women have multiple sex partners, their body functions, their pH levels change. Their emotions go up and down. Mm-hmm. They can come back pregnant with the dude they're just nilly-willy sleeping with. Dudes they don't even really know they're having sex with, because they think they can do what men do, and they can't. There are more repercussions for women having sex than it is for men. That's why from day one on this planet, it always been frowned on women having multiple sex partners, because it's an internal thing for women. Everything is internal for women, and so when women have multiple sex partners and getting, I don't hate to be, but dumped in, it's a difference between men and women. It just is, and that's why women are labeled that. And men aren't.
Okay. Keisha's Comedy said, thank you so much for that $1.99 super chat. Hold please.
Hold please.
We got money, honey.
Hold please.
That's right. We got money, honey. Thank you, Keisha. Welcome in. Thank you so much. TT says, I have done this speaking to young girls. Absolutely. I've done it too. A part of, what service we provide as sorority sisters, we talk to young girls a lot about just being pure, being understanding of your body, and you don't have to act on every urge, right? You don't have to act on and be promiscuous to be down, all these young ladies who are rapping about, all of these different things and all of these conquests that they have and how they're doing all of these different things. That is for entertainment purposes. They may or may not be doing it in real life, but it is there to entertain and not something that you should take at face value and then go off and try to do this. Because again, as you heard from DOD, there is a double standard, and there will always be a double standard. women unfortunately cannot do the same things that men can do and not have this kind of scarlet letter written upon them and not be labeled as something outside of their name because it's just not done. Elevate with Burns is in the house. She says she's here, but she's in another chat also. Yes, I know, the other chats are going on, other live streams are going on. But I thank you for coming. Thanks so much. Willy-nilly, honey. Willy-nilly. Thank you, TT. Yeah, it is true. Like, men can get away with this. Keep your drawers up and your dress down. I know that's right. I know that's right.
I think, but see, Bill, I think the biggest reason is because men can't. I know growing up, they were always talk. The girls have to be in the house before it got dark. The boys can go out and play as long as they want to, and the main reason because women, girls can bring home babies, and men couldn't, or boys couldn't. So that
they can bring home babies, but they're not being pregnant.
Well, right, but I'm saying the responsibility is going to be on the parents of the daughter to take care of, to help raise the child.
Mm-hmm.
So again, that's the biggest difference.
Yeah. Elevator Burn says hi to TT. Hi, Mitchie. Welcome in. Thank you so much for coming. TT said hi. Hello, Mitchie. Deshaun on the track. Welcome in. Thank you so much. Oh, thank you, Elevate with Burns, for that $2 holla. Hold, please.
Hold, please.
We got money, honey. Look, Dream, we got money, honey. Yeah.
Hold, please.
We got money, honey. Thank you, Burns, for that $2 holla. I so appreciate it. Thank you. Love you too, sissy. I can't wait for us to get together. Yay. Right, Dream? Say yay. You smiling? Aw, you give mommy kisses. Yes, welcome. Welcome to Sean on the Track. Thank you so much for coming. Don't forget to give this a thumbs up. And if you care, please share. Share us out. Tell your friends, tell your foes, tell everyone you know. Yes, we are in the house. All right, sir. So here's the thing. So I have heard from multiple accounts that there are 2 female rappers who are now accused of having extramarital affairs. One has been Cardi B.
Right, I heard about that one.
Yeah, and the other, which I'm very shocked at, and I'm a little taken aback, is 𝕊𝕦𝕡𝕟𝕣. Now, I don't know what has been going on, but from what I've been reading, in the case of Cardi B, her husband has put her on blast saying that she has been cheating. Now, this man has been known to have multiple affairs with different women. He has been basically caught red-handed at one point with another woman, but now he is up in arms and offended and upset because he thinks that his wife has had an extramarital affair. So although we both do not condone cheating, we don't condone having extramarital affairs. What is your take on the Cardi B situation, if you have any opinion?
I really don't get into celebrity BS. Both Cardi B and Future? This is Future. that his name?
Remy Ma.
No, well, I'm talking about Cardi B right
Oh,
now.
her husband, not Future. What is his name? Offset.
Offset, right? Both of them have been cheating on each other from almost from Jump Street. So I don't see why he would want to try to put her out on Front Street when that they've been doing it for their whole so-called marriage. Again, women. To be honest, I don't know if you noticed, but women are more likely to cheat than men are. And a lot of women cheat because they don't feel appreciated, they're neglected, ignored. They may have been cheated on, so they're trying to get back at the guy. She may crave intimacy. So I mean, there's a whole lot of reasons why women cheat, and they cheat more than men do. I know you don't want to hear that, but women cheat more than men do, and they're good at it.
Well, that's why they say women are more like cats and men are more like dogs, because dogs, you will see a trail of what they've been doing. I'm sorry. Present company excluded. Not you, baby. Not you. But the men counterparts. But women, we are more apt to keep it secret, to clean up after ourselves, be more strategic about what it is we're doing and how we're doing it. There's this saying, in the streets, like real G's move in silence. Real people who are about that life, they move in silence. They do things and they don't tell anybody. They don't have like telltale signs everywhere. Everything is status quo. They may even still give you, what you need, as a man, give you sex, clean the house, cook dinner, all of that, and still would go and do what they gotta do. Hey, Coco, welcome in. Yes, new baby. Oh, you haven't been here in a while. This is Dream. Say hi. Say hi. You say hi. You smiling? You were smiling. You were smiling. Yes, Burns. We are, right? We are. Men are sloppy. Yes, men are sloppy. Some men. But they don't. The thing about it is, I think it is that bravado, that a boy kind of mentality that gives them license to be sloppy, because it's almost like, well, you're going to forgive me anyway, so let me just do what I do. And again, like the topic of my conversation says, we condone this behavior. This is not anything that we have to own up. We have to own up to this, because this is not something that just is a flash in the pan thing. This has been going on since the beginning of time. And women have been dealing with it, especially Black women. When our men stepped out and did things, I can hear, the coffee clatches, my grandmothers, sisters, and them all talking and consoling the one that was cheated on, and just saying, well, he'll be back because, he knows he's got a family at home, and he knows he's got a da 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 da, and he's not going to leave you. He's still going to provide for you. He's still going to do this. But the one thing that women, and I'm going to speak for me, you want someone who is going to protect your heart. One. And somebody who's going to protect your heart is not going to be out here being sloppy and being, a street whore. Okay? He's not going to be running around with, lottie dottie and everybody. He's not going to be doing that, because he protects your heart. He knows that he would be less than what he presents himself to be if he does that. You know what I mean? Because there's a trust factor there, and there is a level of respect there that if he does love you and if he does respect you, he's not going to do that. He's not going to show up like that for you. And I think when you have someone who does that and who does step out and who does slip up and do all these things and are just reckless out there in the street, then you already know what you have. And it's up to you to decide whether or not you're going to go for it or not. And I know for me, I'm not going to go for it. I'm not going to be that one that's going to be like, oh, he'll be back or whatever. No, because if you think that what you can find out there in the street is better than what you have here at home, vaya con Dios, go with God. I have no qualms. I have no second thoughts about giving that person the Heisman and telling them that's not something that I want in my life or need.
Yeah, but what if you were financially dependent on that person and you had multiple children by that person? You had no means of self-support. Would your way of thinking change? Would it be different?
In that case, then we're smart women, we're resilient women. Get a plan together. You don't have to do it all in one night. Plan your escape, plan your exit strategy, plan what you need to do. When my husband cheated, even though he was not the breadwinner in our relationship, I was more the financial stable one. I still got a plan together because I had 2 children. So I had to decide for myself and my 2 children, okay, how am I going to move? What am I going to do? How am I going to plan my exit and my withdrawal of this situation? And I didn't do it all in one night. I did it methodically. I thought about it. I planned it. I stacked my money so that I knew, I would be at my mother's house for a certain amount of time. And then I wanted to get this place. And so that's what I ended up doing. And it's all about having that plan. And even when, he is the sole provider, learn a skill, take a class, do something so that you are no longer just solely dependent upon that person for your livelihood. Yes, you can take them to court. Yes, you can get the child support and probably alimony and whatever else you want. But you still need to have your own nest egg. You still need to have something for yourself. I remember when I told my family I was getting married, one of the first things my grandmother said to me is, have a separate account. Have an account that's just for you, just in case, in case you want to do something, in case you want to go somewhere, in case something happened and it pops off, just in case, And so I did, and I had that. And that helped me in that case. And that's something that I always tell young ladies. I told my daughter this. I told other young ladies this. It's great to have a man that provides for you. It's even better to have a plan to provide for yourself. Let me see what they're talking about in the chat. Elevate with Vern said, they men do it with next door sleazy Sarah instead of going to the next state.
So are we saying that we fly out to different cities to do our dirt? Meaning women. Is that what women are doing?
Some.
Yeah.
Some are.
Yeah.
Some can.
I mean, because I'm reading what Vern had typed there, and so she's telling me don't do it in the state that you're in. You want to do it somewhere else.
Well, she said the men do it with the women
Right.
next door
But
instead
when
of
I
going
read
to the
that,
next
right,
day.
but when I read that, that tells me that women are smart enough to go out to another state to do
Hey,
it or
Marjorie.
another city to do it.
Listen, I remember when we were talking about women who travel, and you were like, "Oh, they travel so they could cheat."
Right. That's true.
No, no, it's true in some cases. It's not true in every case. It's not
Of
true
course
in
not
every
in
case.
every case. Of course not.
But yes, that's why, some women fly out, because it's like, okay, I'm in a foreign country. I can let my hair down. I can do what I want to do.
Right.
Um, and then some women just go and hang out with their friends and have a good time. So there's that. But again, when men do it, it's more than likely that it is in the vicinity of things that they know or things that they have easy access to, like work or the gym or their neighborhood bar or sleazy Sarah next door that be, busting it open and wide for every Tom, Dick, and Harry. Those are
Yeah.
those are the ones that usually are the ones that are likely to have sex with your man. Yes. Hi, beautiful Marjorie. How are you? Um, so let's take this from a different angle, because Remy Ma, right? Now she was incarcerated for several years, right? And during that time, her husband, who was Papoose, another rapper, was lauded for holding down the family and keeping everything together. And, they got married while she was incarcerated. And from the outside looking in, it looked like they had the perfect marriage, the perfect harmonious relationship, right? Now, fast forward, she's out of jail. She's getting her body together. And, like a lot of sisters, myself included, you feeling good, your body looking nice. You want to wear, your little clothes. You want to wear your little outfits. You want to look nice. You want to look snatched. I've been seeing her in a lot of posts, with these like really risque looking clothing. And I was like, wow, that's interesting that her husband would not allow it, but condone
Allow it.
that behavior. Huh?
Allow it.
Okay. For sake of a better word, I'm gonna say allow, but we all know men don't allow women to do anything. Okay.
Men do allow women to do. If a man don't allow it, she don't do it. It's just fact. It's just fact. Men allow their women to do certain things.
Okay, we gonna open the floodgates in a moment. But I'm gonna let you have that one. I'm gonna let you have that one. Okay. So men allow women to do things. So he allowed her to wear these risque clothes. He allowed her to be photographed and videotaped with all of these different outfits on. Now it's coming out that she cheated on him.
Mm-hmm.
So was he correct in allowing it?
No, because and I'm gonna come right back to this, but Russell, what's his name? Russell Wilson. He allowed his wife Sierra to start doing some crazy things, and you see how that turned out. Same thing with Tamara. Is that her name? Pronounce her name correct? Tamara. Her
Tamara.
husband allowed her to do certain things. Yeah. The twin, Tamara and Tamara.
Yeah. TN
Yeah.
Tamara.
Okay. Yeah. So when you allow your wife or your significant other to dress a certain way, to present herself a certain way out there, things like this can happen. That's why men are so territorial. That's why men don't allow certain fashion statements, let's say, for their women to go out in public in. because that puts her out there for other men to try to take advantage of that. And depending on where her mind is at that time, she may go ahead and do what she probably normally wouldn't do. Like I said, depending on her situation, where her mind is at. So, and I know a lot of women would like to say, well, it shouldn't matter what I'm wearing. It doesn't matter what a woman is wearing. If a man who's going to try to get at, you're going to get at him. If you're going to allow him to. But a woman have to have some type of dignity, some type of class when they go out in public. And dressing any old kind of way, booty shorts, these other things that some of these women wear these days. If you have a man who cares about you, who truly cares about you, he is not going to allow that. He just isn't. And if you decide you're going to, there's going to be some repercussions behind it.
Repercussions?
That's right. It's going to be some issues.
Ooh, you planting this flag firm tonight.
Concrete, everything. Yeah, I'm putting the foundation, because that's the way it's supposed to be. If a man cares about his woman, he is not going to allow her to go out looking crazy in public. He does not. And if you think about it, if he allows you to, he must not care about
you. Okay.
I'm waiting. I'm waiting for the rebuttal. I'm waiting.
I don't have anything to say. I'm waiting for when I drop this ladder.
I thought you were waiting for the women in the chat to help you out.
No. I'm good. I can stand firm in my mind. Listen, here's the thing. Women have the right to do whatever they want to do with their bodies, right? It's free will. When you are in a relationship, I agree, certain things, you have to weigh the good and the bad, right? Am I going to fall on my sword because I want to wear my workout clothes that I might wear here in my home gym? Am I going to wear that outside where other people can see me and walk around or jog around, whatever? Probably not. If I have a man here, I'm probably not going to do that, because he's probably going to say, hey, that's a little too risque for outside. Unless I'm with you, let's, keep that for inside the house.
Right.
So I to a certain extent, I agree, because you don't want unwarranted attention on yourself, right? Even though, you're feeling good, you're looking fit, and, you're feeling good about the outfit that you're wearing, you still have to come in with the mindset of, okay, yes, I feel good and I feel comfortable and I feel sexy and I feel nice with my outfit. But when I go out into the street, do I want the cat calls? Do I want this? Do I want that? No, especially not when I'm with my man. I don't want to have that. I don't want to have it at all, but I especially don't want to have it when I'm with him, because I want him to feel good and confident and safe and secure with me as well. And, I don't want that person out fighting or having to, tone down somebody who's, a little out of pocket because, they're excited about whatever I'm wearing. So I get that. But my thing about that is also understand that women have agency over their own body. Women have a right to wear whatever makes them feel comfortable and desirable and free, right? With the understanding that not to take it overboard, right?
But
But
who are they wanting to be desirable for, though? If you
for
have a man, why are you?
here's the
No,
thing.
you said no. You said desirable. You're not being
Yes.
desirable for yourself. You're being desirable for someone else. And if you have a man, you don't need to be out in public trying to be desirable.
I'm sorry. I said I was walking. If I'm walking with my man, you still want to look desirable for
To
him,
who? No,
for
he already
your
knows.
man, for the person
He's
who's walking
already
beside you.
right, but he's well. Okay. Maybe the word desirable, or maybe the way I'm defining it in my mind is it's not the way you're presenting it.
Yeah,
Because
it's
I'm thinking you're trying to be out being sexy and
for him. Like when you're getting dressed up and you're going out on a date with your man, right? Your woman is getting dressed with the understanding that she is going to knock your socks off. When you see her, you're going to be like, damn, do I even want to go out in public? Because she looks so good. I might just take her right now. That's the feeling that you want when you're going outside and you're being with your man. It's not for the other people. Yes, you want to feel comfortable and sexy in your own right, in your own agency, but you're getting dressed up and you're doing all this and you're dolling yourself up because your man who's going to be walking with you is going to be looking at you like, that's mine. That's what I got. Yes.
okay.
And so that's the agency that you want when you are getting ready. You want to get ready with that understanding that, wow, I feel good. I'm going to knock his socks off when he see me. Yes, I'm doing it. And so when you are by yourself, he doesn't want you to have that mindset. He doesn't want to put that in your head. He wants you to understand that when you're not with him, yes, you still want to look pretty. You still want to look good. You know, you're going out with your girls. You want to look good. You want to feel good, all that good stuff. But you want to do it in a more toned down manner because he's not with you. And so you're going to be around other women. The other women can't protect you to a certain degree. They can't do that. So you don't want to invite unwarranted attention when you're just with your girlfriends, right? That's what I'm saying. Not just, oh, I'm going to be out there and I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. It is with the understanding that when you're with your man, you can push the envelope a little further because he's with you and he's going to protect you, and not so much when you're with your girlfriends.
You hear what you just said, right? Because you said two things that contradicts each other.
Well,
one,
you still look good. Go ahead.
Okay, one, you said you want to look fabulous for your man.
Yes.
Because he's out there to protect you.
Yes.
But before that, you said you don't want to look that good because then he has to fight off the cat calls and the eyeballs or the unwarranted comments coming to you. So you can't. That's why men don't care about. Well, it's not that we don't care, but men don't. When women get dressed up talking about they want to look good for their man, they're not really doing that for their man. They're doing it for other men and for other women to check them out. Because if a man said, well, no, baby, go back upstairs and take all that off and just put on a jean and t-shirts, put on some sneakers or something like that, a woman will argue with them every single time. If what you're wearing is what you want to wear for your man, then you should ask the man what he wants you to wear when you guys go out in public, right? If you're doing it for your man, like you say, then you should get his advice on what he wants you to wear out in public with him, right?
And if you've been with your man for a while, you already know what he likes because that's how he was attracted to you in the first place.
Right, but once you become his man, or once you become his woman, then that changes. All that, the way you used to look, the way you used to dress that attracted him, he doesn't want that. He doesn't want that out there in public because other men are going to be attracted to it as well. You see what I'm saying?
So you want your woman to walk out with like a garbage bag over her head? Like
no. See, there we go. See, it's always to the extreme. when you explain stuff like this to women, it's always to the extreme.
How you get them is how you keep them, right? So if you came out the gate looking like $1 million when you step outside, why would you stop that now that you have him? Because men are very
no longer.
So if you're not wearing the low cut dress or the thigh high split or whatever he finds attractive, the other women outside are wearing that while you're wearing your jeans and your t-shirt and your sneakers. So what do you think he's going to be looking at? You with the jeans and the t-shirt, or this one with the thigh high and low cut top?
Yeah, but you as his woman, you can look good in anything you said. That's what you said, right? Now all of a sudden you're worried about him because you can be wearing what you see in the mini skirt or whatever else. Other women can be wearing it, the same thing. He'll be looking at them too then, right? By your logic.
Men are visual creatures, so they're going to be looking at them, right?
Exactly. That's my point. And so because of that argument that you just made is null and void. It doesn't.
How? Because if he's looking at how good you look, he ain't got time to look at old girl because he's looking at how good his woman looks.
No, but men are visual, so it doesn't matter if what you're wearing. If a man sees another woman or another 5 women wearing the same thing, he's gonna look. Regardless of if you have the same outfit on, men are gonna look because, as you say, we are visual. And that's true.
Mm-hmm.
And because men are visual, he doesn't want his woman out in public dressed like that, where men can try to, visualize, how you look up under that.
All right.
Imagine what you look like up under.
We are hour in. It's time to drop the ladder. Let's see what's going on. Talk to me, sisters. Other brothers in the house. Come on up.
Where's Terry at? Is Terry in the chat?
Oh, I don't know where Terry is. Thank you, Burn. Thank you. Hey, Sylvie. Welcome in. All right. So what say you ladies, gents? Anybody in the house? Do you agree with DOD? Or do you agree with Bella?
Well, we're coming from, from the perspectives that, our nature, what our nature is. So, I mean, a woman always wants to dress up and look nice and be pretty and all that. I get it.
Mm-hmm.
But men, we don't want our women out there like that. We already know what she has. We already were attracted to her beauty. So we don't need to have it displayed in public.
Okay. So then when you're out with your woman, you want her to look how?
Conservative.
And what does that mean?
Conservative in her dress. None of those, no. For me, the dress could come up to like above her knees. That's fine. But like the top that you have on now, and I know you came from the gym and all that good stuff, but I wouldn't accept that.
Not outside.
Right. But I'm just saying, out in public, I would not accept that. I like the fact that it's come up to your neck, but the open part of it in the front, no. But anything like a nice blouse, like a nice blouse would be cool,
mm-hmm.
And a skirt that goes above the knee, comes up above the knee. I can rock with that.
Mm-hmm. Elevate with Burn says men are fickle. They want you to look sexy, and then when other men look or appreciate you, then they want to fight.
Exactly, and that's why we don't want you looking sexy in public. Because we already know that you're sexy. That's why we got with you in the first place, because we saw your sex, your beauty. So we don't want that displayed out in public. And I'm just talking about, the visual, not the mental that the woman comes with or her attitude or anything like that. I'm just talking about body wise right now.
Okay.
But Vern's, even though she was trying to be sarcastic, she hit the nail right on the head. So she just saw.
I mean, it is do what I say, not what I do. Because although you want your woman to look conservative when they're in public, what you are attracted to are women who look sexy, who show off skin, who are a little bit more out there and open and free in terms of how they act and how they dress. So you are attracted to that and you seek out that, but in your home life, you want that woman to be conservative. So then,
I'm sorry, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So then my counter to that is then why, when this is what you want, right, from other women, and you want your woman to be conservative, why then are you even looking at the other women and then attracted to the other women and then going even further and having sex with that woman? Because again, I'm going to start from where I started before. How you get them is how you keep them. When we started off in a relationship, if you're sexy with your man, if you wear certain things when y'all go out and, he, likes the way you look and you guys are vibing or what have you, when you stop all that, then he has no outlet, right? And then he has to seek an outlet somewhere else because now you're not doing those things, right? You're doing, you're being conservative, you're wearing conservative clothing, all that good stuff. But now he's still out there looking at these other women. So
nice try.
It's a snowball effect. You look at them, then you,
I said, nice try. That's not working.
But that's what happens. It's not a nice try. That's exactly what happens. And 9 times out of 10, that's what leads to all of these extramarital affairs and leads to cheating and stepping outside of your woman, because you stop and she stops doing the thing that attracted you to her in the first place. And now you want to look at other things.
Bella, a woman's dress. Okay, again, men are visual, so it doesn't matter if you are wearing the same thing these women wear. It doesn't matter. If he's going to step out, he's going to step out. It has nothing to do with what you're wearing. It has nothing to do with what other women are wearing that he's out there, seeing. It has nothing to do with that. It has everything to do.
Go ahead. No, it has everything to do with what? I'm interested to hear that.
It has everything to do with what that woman is doing at home that changed. It has nothing to do with what her dress is. It has nothing to do with what she's wearing. It's everything to do with how she treats him inside the home. Do she respect him inside the home? Do she? I know you hate this. I know you hate this. A lot of women hate it. But do she cook? Does she clean? Is she fit? Is she feminine? Is she friendly? Rest in peace, Kevin Samuels. Is she still doing those things? The dress has nothing to do with a man stepping out. What he sees other women wearing has nothing to do with that.
Okay, so noted. So here's the thing. When you stop wearing clothing
No,
that makes
there
you
you keep
feel
going, you
safe.
keep going. No,
But again, when you stop doing the things that you were doing in the beginning anyway, right?
now who was
You were
okay? Wait a
doing
minute.
all this in the beginning. We're
Right,
women, right?
but now you have a man who said he doesn't want you to do that. He doesn't
But
want
then
you to
that
be
same
dressed
man
like
would
that
go
out
out
in
and cheat
public.
with another woman who's actually doing that.
No,
So,
no, but see, again, you didn't hear me. A man stepping out on his woman has nothing to do with what he sees women wearing. It has nothing to do with that. It has everything to do with that woman's attitude, her femininity, the way she's treating him. That's when men, and actually women, that's when they step out on each other. It has nothing to do with, okay, say you like men. I know you do, men who wear suits. Because you see a bunch of men outside with suits, you and automatically start wanting to be. No. For you to step out and get one of those dudes that are wearing a nice fitted suit, your man is going to have to do something at home that he hadn't been doing. Maybe he's not giving you the attention that he had been given to you. There's something he's doing inside the home that's going to make you want to step out. It has nothing to do with you going out seeing other men dressed in nice fitted three-piece suits. You see what I'm saying?
I agree. It is a snowball effect. So you're not getting what you need to fulfill your needs inside the home, then you
Right.
start looking outside the home. I agree with you
It
there.
has nothing to do with fashion.
But the thing is, when you stop doing the things inside the home that
Exactly.
made you feel that attraction to that person, that's, I said, when everything blows up, then you start looking at the women who are dressing provocatively like your
Bella.
woman used to and now doesn't, because now you're like, I need stimulation elsewhere because I'm not being stimulated properly at home.
That's what I'm saying. That's not how we think. That's not how men think. If
Okay,
we're
so
telling
then
you, if we're
enlighten us. This is
well,
a great
I've been
conversation,
doing this
Mar.
for the
Enlighten
past
us.
hour. I've been enlightening for the past hour, but you guys are not listening.
Okay, we're listening.
Again,
We promise we're
men,
listening.
men love women. We love the female body. When we go out, we are visual creatures. That is 100% correct. When we get the woman we want because we are visual, we make her our significant other, we don't care about her going out dressed the way she was when we first saw her. Dress the way, again, dress the way she was when we first met her. We don't care. We want her to dress down. We want her to be conservative because we don't want other dudes trying to get at her. The only thing that would make a man want to step out is if her attitude inside the home changed.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing to do with what another woman is wearing. I'm telling you, as a man, because we're telling you to dress conservative. We're telling you to dress down. We're telling you we don't want you to be as sexy outside the home as you were when we met you. We don't want that. All we want once we've made you our significant other, we want you to be, again, Kevin Samuels, rest in peace. Fit, friendly, and feminine. And if those things change, if you start treating him in a manner that's disrespectful, that's when he's going to step out. It has nothing to do with women dress. Again, women dress up, or they say they dress up in certain ways for their men, but that can't be true if the man is telling you don't want you to dress that way. So if you do dress that way, you're doing it for other men and other women to see you.
Okay.
Because if your man telling you not to wear it, why are you wearing it?
Because I want to wear it.
Exactly. Exactly. Finally, it comes out. It has nothing to do with the man. It has nothing to do with I want my man. I want to be sexy when I go out with a man. No, you're doing it because that's what you want to do. Go ahead, you got it.
Okay. So let me flip the script on you. So let's say you're doing what you need to be doing, right? As a woman, taking care of your man, feeding them, my threes, right?
I understand.
Eat them, F them, and leave them the F alone. So you're doing all the things, right? All the things. And yet they still want more attention, more affection, more whatever, right?
To give it to them.
How much is too much?
There is no too much. There
Really?
isn't too much when women want all of the attention, when they want to be emotionally attached, or they want the man emotionally attached to them. It's never enough for women when they want that type of I don't know, is it recognition or that type of I can't even come up with a word for it. But women want certain attention. And if they get it, then they feel neglected. And if they feel neglected, that's when women are more likely to step out, when they feel neglected or unappreciated. And men are the same way in a lot of that. When we feel unappreciated for things that we do, that's when men step out. Now, a woman, she'll think she's doing everything for that man or everything that man wants, but that's not true. Women think that they're doing everything, but actually they're not.
I think there are some who may be too needy. Hear me out. You can talk about a subject till you're blue in the face, right? And definitely just exhaust the topic, right? Whatever it is. Yet and still, that's not enough. You can be, with your man. You can talk on the phone with your man for hours at a time. Still not enough, right? Every day you want long-term conversations. I'm not one to be yapping on the phone. That's not me. That's not my ministry. But if we're in person, if we're talking and I'm looking face to face, that's something different. But if you are just hanging on to the phone and, the way my mind works, I'm hearing the same subject over and over again, I kind of like, ADD kind of kicks in and I'm just like, okay, we just literally talked about this subject 2 minutes ago. I can't do it any longer. Like things like that, I feel like there is almost kind of a narcissistic tendency there where it's just about hearing yourself talk, pontificating upon a subject just for the sake of conversation and not for enlightenment's sake or to get to a certain destination in the conversation. It's just solely to hear themselves talk. And I find this a lot with not only my girlfriends, but also male friends as well, where there's like this need that I must monopolize the conversation. I must talk about myself incessantly at every conversation. And I feel like you get to a point where it's exhausting to expel all of this energy for somebody who's just not grasping it. And I don't know if I'm explaining myself correctly without going into specifics, but I feel like there is a undercurrent in some people that when you are in a relationship with them, whether it is a girlfriend relationship or a male female relationship, whatever it is, where it's always like me, I. And then when you are at a point where you want to talk and you want to say something about a subject, it's never your turn. It's never reciprocated in the same way. It's like, yeah, I hear you, but here's where I'm going to shoehorn into the conversation and make it about me again. That to me gives off alarm signals in my head, where you're not even listening to me as a partner, as a friend, to what I may be needing in the moment and what I desire in this conversation. You're thinking about the next time you can shoehorn whatever it is that you need into the conversation. So when you have relationships like that, where do you go? How do you move?
Oh, that's easy. I mean, if you're not happy in a relationship like that, you get out of the relationship. I mean, I can understand why that would be difficult for certain people.
Well, herein lies the rub, because again, when you want to be a partner to that person, when you want to be a friend to that person, when you want to have conversations with that person, but you're continually thwarted in your efforts because, again, it's all about what they need, what they want, how they feel in that moment in time, then you don't have any other recourse. I agree with you. You need to leave their situation. But again, when you are in a romantic relationship with somebody who is like that, it drains so much from you that you don't even have the energy to go into, anything else, whether it is talking about, we lost DOD. He'll be back in a moment, I'm sure. Venus November said, I'm the same way. Not you the same way, sweetie. Sticks the Roger, the Badger. Hi, welcome in. Thank you so much for coming. Don't forget to throw up those thumbs up, and if you can, share us out. Okay, so while we're waiting, anybody want to come up and talk about how they feel about what's going on? Hey, DOD, welcome back.
Thank you. I don't know what happened.
I don't know what happened either.
I got a feeling, but I'm gonna let it go. I'm not gonna say.
What?
No, go ahead. I'm just playing. I'm messing. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Anywho, I really feel like I'm gonna just keep it a buck with you.
That's
think I think with me, and with a lot of women, it's not just me, but I know with me especially, I want my man to be the lead, right? I want to feel like if I come to him with anything, a problem, a situation, or whatever, he's already thinking in his head about what the solution may be, how can I alleviate her distress about a situation. And when I don't feel that, I'm turned off. I'm turned off. When you are not leading me in a relationship, I'm turned off. And maybe that's because of, my upbringing and the fact that my father, Aries man, God rest his soul, he was very much a leader. He was very much in control of the situation. And so when anything was brought to him, he was already in problem solve mode. And I think that is, because you get, Sigmund Freud was onto something there. You get those cues from your parents and how they moved and how they reacted to understand how you're going to be attracted to that person once you are an adult and go out and start dating and in the dating life. So my thing is, when you are with somebody who constantly does not lead you in that way, that is also a reason that you start thinking, well, you know what, maybe this is not the person for me. And you start thinking about, okay, so what is it that I do want? And I think a lot of times when male and females are in this relationship, they see clues, maybe those type of clues, maybe other clues, and they don't take the time to put those pieces together and figure out, okay, this is why I'm thinking differently. Why when I go outside, my eyes are now wandering because I'm not getting that stimulation that I want and I need at home. So now I'm going to look elsewhere. And I think,
Go ahead.
no, and I think that it's the same for men, maybe a little differently, but for women, I think when they cheat, it is because of that thing, or maybe those several things that they just feel that that person will never give them. Not that they did it before and they lost it, but I think that there's something that is inherently missing in that other person that makes them say, okay, maybe this is not the right person for me. And then they start thinking about and opening their minds to other possibilities.
See, then I would have to, and I know you don't want to hear this again, but then I would have to blame that person, either man or woman, because that means you didn't communicate your need. Because I listened to what you said, and not once did you say you communicated to this person your need. You just, it was a situation
Oh,
that
it was communicated. No, it's been communicated. That part, I skipped over that part, but that is definitely the part that I would say is linchpin to the where I'm now not invested any longer, is that when I have communicated to you, hey, I feel like every time we have a conversation, it's all about you and your needs and what you want and how you feel and da 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 da. And it's never taking the onus on me. Maybe I, as the leader, should have taken more of a proactive stance in our relationship and the direction it's going in. Maybe I shouldn't sit back and ask, oh, how you feeling or what have you. Just let things go and not really check in to see what's going on. When I'm telling you these are the things that I have an issue with, and then you still don't do it, then it screams to me that, hey, you're not invested in this any longer. And so neither should I.
I agree. Inside joke.
Blog, welcome in.
I was gonna say inside joke, all eyes on me. So I get what you're saying. I understand, and you're right. If you've communicated these things and it's not being reciprocated, then yes, that's a relationship you probably should not, want to be in. You shouldn't waste your time, his or your time, right?
Right. And my grandmother says, man should love a woman just a little bit more.
Yeah, I know. I've heard that.
Just a little bit more. Because when you are a little bit more invested, you're going to take the time to do that. You're going to take the time to check in with your woman and say, hey, what's going on? How you feeling? What's going on? How you feel about this? What's going on? Is everything okay? Like, you would check in. And when you don't, it's like, okay. So then once things blow up, then you're like, oh, but you didn't do this, but you didn't do that, but you didn't say this, but you didn't say that. Instead of checking in, because again, as we said in the beginning, the man leads the relationship, right? You guys are the leaders. You guys dictate how we are to move as a couple, correct?
Okay. And I don't mean to derail your thought. That's true. So I'll wait till you. I'll wait till your thought. That's true.
No, I'm asking for your input in this. So a man dictates the relationship and how it's supposed to go, correct?
Right. Unless a man wants you to dress a certain way, and you turn around and say, "Well, I'll dress the way I want to because I want to." Right? You see what I'm saying? It's gonna always.
But then we're gonna have a conversation about it. And if you're a leader, you're gonna lead me to your thought and lead me to reason with you and say, okay, let's do a happy compromise. Because yes, I want to dress sexy and I want to do this, but I also want to be respectful to my man in our situation. I don't want you to feel any kind of way because I'm doing this. So let's find a happy medium here.
So what would be the happy medium?
Maybe have my leg out instead of
why is it so important for your leg to be out?
Because I have a dress that has a split.
You see, it's always gonna be. You see, you want the man to lead until he starts leading, and then all of a sudden, there's caveats, right?
Listen, you said I could have a dress up to the knee, right?
Right.
So my leg is gonna be out. So what's the difference?
No. Not slit on the side. Not slit on the side. Nobody said anything about being slit on the side.
But it's still a leg out. It's just in a different form.
Okay, see? So that would be okay. So that would be your happy medium.
My happy medium. Like if you don't want, my breasts exposed, okay, I get it. How about a leg? How about the shoulders? How about the back?
Yeah, I would have no problem with that.
There's the happy medium.
Okay.
Congratulations.
So then
I'll send your girlfriend my bill.
Okay. All right. So okay.
All right.
Let's move on.
Huh?
So let's move on.
All right. Anybody in the chat have a comment, thought, opinion? Oh Lord. See, this is why when I put people in, don't nobody want to see your peachy, honey. Thanks.
What happened?
Someone wants to expose their penis.
Where?
And they came
backstage?
They came up backstage. Thanks, not interested. At all. Play that with somebody else, please. Thanks. Heartbroken Vlog. I see you, honey. Thank you for coming. All right. Anybody else with any opinions, thoughts? Anybody? Child.
Let me ask you, Bella.
Mm-hmm.
Did you hear about what's her name? Young Miami? The city girl. Is that Young Miami? The city girl?
Uh-huh.
Okay. She had an interview and they were asking her if she wanted her daughter to be a city girl. And she said no, she wants to raise her daughter different. And so there was a lot of live streams going on about that situation. How she's out there teaching other young girls to be city girls, but she doesn't want her daughter to be a city girl. And if being a city girl is fine, there's no problem with it, why wouldn't she want her daughter to be? And so it's the hypocrisy. A lot of women, they do certain things, but they don't want their daughters to do it. But they'll teach other people's daughters to go out there and be 304s and city girls. You know what I'm saying? So how you feel about that?
Wow. And it kind of leads back to what we were talking about before, how this generation all feels like I'm entitled to whatever. So I'm gonna get it by any means necessary. So I'm gonna trick men and doing things. I'm gonna, do all of these different things in order to get what I want from a man. Instead of saying, you know what, this is how I boss up, right? You boss up in business, you boss up with your finances, and you do what is necessary for yourself to get ahead and not looking for a fast track to that. You know what I mean? And I think it is absolutely the way that they are raised. A lot of the millennials now are have moms that are like my age and younger. And so they're still out here living that fast life, being, out there, what have you. I was looking at somebody's Instagram where they were showing the moms of like all of these up and coming rappers or what have you. And many of them look like they could be, Instagram models themselves. They got their breasts done, they got their butts done, they're out here looking, different ways or what have you. And so my whole thing is that's what you're teaching your kid. They're going out there, they have a microphone now, and millions of people who are listening and following this. So now they're going to be doing this. And so that's the generation that's here now. And so the thing is, if you don't have a hand in raising them and leading them the right way, then yeah, of course they're going to be acting like this. And of course they're going to be having all of these impressionable minds then coming up and doing the same thing, because they're thinking, hey, if she could do it, I got a little behind, I got a little booty, a little breast, I can do it too. And then they're going to be doing it. And so my thing is, we're not instilling in these young ladies that the most powerful thing that a woman has is here, nowhere else. It's right up here. Take the time to educate yourself, to level up, whether it is going to college, learning a trade, learning a skill, and being there, being present in what is happening out here in the industry, and not just looking for a quick buck. Because yes, they're all rapping about the same things, and they're all saying the same things, and they're all doing these same things. But there's no one out here who's like, you know what? Let me try it another way. Let me go the other way. And even if there are the women who are doing that, they're few and far between, and they're not getting the same airplay.
Well, I started off our conversation an hour and a half ago with that same sentiment, saying that the elder women aren't teaching the younger women correctly.
But it starts at home. Like
that's what I'm talking about.
It starts with your mom. Like if your mom is out here being an internet thought, what you gonna do? You gonna emulate what you see. Hey, Chop Vision.
But remember, I said that the grandmothers and the mothers aren't teaching the young, granddaughters and daughters the way they used to. And I started to know.
They're young. They had them young, and they don't instill that in them because they probably didn't grow up with that.
Right.
So it recycles itself all the time. Now, I'm gonna flip the tables on me for a moment. Okay. So my mom had me at 18, right? And she was a teenage mom. She didn't know, like what she was doing or what have you. But my grandmother then took it upon herself to be like, okay, well, she's here now. I'm going to help you and instill in my granddaughter what to do and what not to do. So I take a lot of cues, and you hear me all the time talk about my grandmothers and, the sayings that they had and little things that they taught me. I talk all the time about how my grandmother used to call, my special friend, my purse. You should keep your purse clean. Don't open your purse to different people. Make sure, your purse is, properly cleaned out and washed. It's a self-cleaning oven, but you still got to take care of that oven. Like things like that, she would always instill in me. And so then when I grew up, I kept all of those things top of mind. So there's no generation like that now for these younger millennials. There's no, as they call them, big mamas or grandmamas or G moms or whatever you want to call them. There's not that level at the same level as when my grandmothers came up, because the grandmothers are younger, because the mothers are younger. Everybody's having everybody younger. So there's no older generation to kind of like ground the thinking. Yes, honey, the purse. Yes, the purse. The purse had to be cleaned at all times. Don't open the purse. Don't let nobody put their hands in your purse. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? That's how the generation spoke, right? Hey, Willie boy, welcome in. Thank you so much for coming. So yeah, but what would you say to the guys though in this generation, DOD? Because as much as there are women who follow this model and do these things that are not becoming, there are guys that do this too. So what do you say to them?
Again, I've had conversations with younger guys here on YouTube, and they've all rejected everything that I've said, Bella. They no longer, I'm serious, they're no longer, they told me they're no longer listening to the men from my generation. They think we got it all wrong. They don't believe in treating women with respect. They don't believe in it, and and a lot of it may have to do with a lot of the way the women think now, but men are no longer wanting to marry anymore. They see the divorce rate. They know that women will take them for everything they can give. I've watched a couple of shorts where this guy was trying to get the woman that he loved, that he wanted to marry, to sign a prenup. She refused to sign that prenup. And he was saying, well, he was saying, if you love me, if you say you're not out to get me, I built this, all by myself, but I want to include you into this now, into what I got going. But I need you to sign this prenup so that if anything goes awry, that you won't try to take me for everything that I have. And she said, no, she wasn't going to do it. So that's like you said, red flags earlier. That's definitely a red flag.
Mm-hmm.
If you, and it's in a lot of women, and well, for me, and the way I think, I'm a man, and I'm trying to think, for a woman, which I can't, but in my mind is you would get more, and maybe you can correct me if I'm wrong, but it seemed to me a woman would get more if she stayed in the marriage, as long as he's not abusing her, going out doing certain things. Mm-hmm. But she would get more out of that marriage than to try to, in 5 years, divorce him to try to take half of what he got. Mm-hmm. I mean, does that make sense?
It makes perfect sense to me. And again, it goes back to what I was taught, right? Always have your own nest egg, because if you have your own nest egg, yeah, your thousandaire or multi-thousandaire is not going to be that significant when you're dealing with or in a relationship with a man who is a millionaire or a billionaire, right? It's not the same level. But if you love that man, he was already a billionaire when you met him. together, you can grow and you can, develop. Maybe, his sound business advice or what have you can help you then elevate as well.
Right.
Think of it that way instead of always thinking about how you can get over. The prenup is just like insurance, right? Health insurance. You don't want to use it, but it's there in case you need it.
Right.
That's what a prenup is. It's not saying that you are thinking about divorce or you're thinking about whatever. It's insurance just in case the worst happens. And if you do it right, it protects you as well as it protects him. Maybe there are clauses in there. Hey, after 5 years, maybe you get, a lump sum. There are things that you can protect yourself with. Not every prenup is like, whatever I go into the marriage with is what I'm keeping, and whatever you come into the marriage with is what you're keeping. It's not that. It is insurance in case something happens. So as you do with any insurance, you shop around, you make sure that you're getting the best deal that suits the both of you, and then you move forward from there.
I agree. Totally agree.
Men aren't taking sound advice now. Yeah, men have been devalued. I think women have been devalued too, Trap. I think it's across the board. I think it's across the board. I want to talk on one more subject while I have you here, just because it came up today as a subject. But as you know, or may have heard, and let me pull it up so I'm talking correctly. The Supreme Court just, wow. I have to shake my head to this because I'm just like, wow, this is incredible. Like, as much as we have moved forward in this country, we have moved so far back. So from what I am seeing, we are now abolishing the rights that were, hey, wellness for mama. Oh, see. I just saw you. Hi, boo. Welcome in.
Good morning.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and all of it.
And all of that. It's getting ready to be something. Go ahead.
Okay, so let me get this straight. So the Supreme Court ruled against affirmative action for college admissions. This is just come through the wire in the past, I guess, couple of hours. So in a historic decision, the Supreme Court on Thursday today effectively ended race-conscious administration programs at colleges and universities across the country. In a decision divided along ideological lines, the 6-justice conservative supermajority invalidated admissions programs at Harvard and the University of North Carolina. Oh, that's in your neck of the woods, boo.
Yeah, right.
The decision reverses decades of precedents upheld for years by the narrow Supreme Court majorities that included Republican-appointed justices. It ends the ability of colleges and universities, both public and private, to do what most still say that need to do. Consider race as one of the many factors in deciding which of the qualified applicants is to be admitted. Chief Justice John Roberts, a longtime critic of affirmative action programs, wrote the decision for the court's majority, saying that the nation's colleges and universities must use colorblind criteria in admissions. Many universities have for too long concluded wrongly that the touchstone of an individual's identity is not challenges bested, skills built, or lessons learned, but the color of their skin, he wrote. Our constitutional history does not tolerate that choice. Justice Clarence Thomas took the unusual step, not unusual if you know Justice Clarence Thomas, a reading from the bench, parts of his lengthy concurring opinion. Thursday's decision, he wrote, sees the university's administration policies for what they are. They are rudderless, race-based preferences. These policies fly in the face of our colorblind Constitution. As he has done before, Thomas, the second Black justice appointed to the court, reiterated his long-held view that affirmative action imposes a stigma on minorities. While I am painfully aware of the social and economic ravages which have befallen my race and all who suffer discrimination, I hold our enduring hope that this country will live up to its principles that all men are created equal, are equal citizens, and must be treated equally before the law. I'm going to stop there because the hypocrisy of this man to write this opinion when his whole entire college life has been predicated on the basis of the color of his skin is deplorable. How dare you? For some, this is the only thing that will distinguish them from their counterparts. They may have the same grades. They may have the same SAT scores. They may even have the same leg up in terms of extracurricular activities and things that they've done to foster their application. But what is going to be the deciding factor is, again, predicated on the ability to pay. And for a lot of our minority children, they don't have that ability. So they are beholden to universities and colleges that will give them scholarships to help them with the college tuition. This is now gone. It's now effectively gone. They have sent us backwards in time.
That's right.
With Roe v. Wade and now this, I feel like there's a snowball of other things to come, and it is only going to get worse. And this is why I continually say to everyone who comes into my live, understand the law, understand politics. Get your people in order. Go to the front lines. Who are your Congress people? Who are your aldermen if you have aldermen? Who are those people? And get their opinions. Who are you putting into office? Make sure at the front lines, these people understand what things you want for your country. Put them in place and then move them forward. Because that is the only way that we're going to get rid of all of this backwards thinking and sending us backwards in time where women are now sneaking and creeping to get control over their bodies. And now children are not going to have the opportunities to go into higher learning because they simply cannot afford the tuition.
And you know what's really interesting, Brown Girl Bella? I'm glad that you mentioned that. You know, good evening, everybody. Hello, DOD. Hello to the chat. I see.
How are you?
Hey, I see what I see. Thank you. I see wellness, and then I see frugal mama. Yeah, boss lady, and watermelon sugar. How y'all doing? You know, and trap vision. How y'all doing? It's a shame, but you know, we've been talking this for a while. We've also been saying, I mean, I know you, Brown Girl, you and your organizations, and we've been talking about this and telling people that there's going to be times where there's going to be absolutely no excuses. We're seeing this happen. There's going to be no privileges for anybody. None of that stuff. There's going to be no safe spaces. Nobody's going to be what is it? They're these special people. They think that they're special or whatever they call themselves. Whatever. So you know, LGBTQ, HBCU, 1, 2, 3, ABC. It doesn't matter. Nobody is going to have a special situation. And so if you don't know who your congressperson If you don't know who your elected officials are on a local level, when I say know them, I'm not saying you're all up in their business, but you have to know the business of the politics and the business of the legislation that they're putting forth. If you don't know what they're doing on an almost day-to-day basis, then you are you failed. Okay, you have absolutely failed. And what we have, unfortunately, BrownGirlBella, is that we have been have a lot of folks have been deflected. Now we have people that are worrying about the things that they don't need to worry about. Number one. Number two, the things that we need to really be happening, Black love. We need to have our families better intact, and families can be, a plethora of different types of families. But the bottom line is, number one, you have to have men and women who are on the same accord, and not one trying to control, one trying to rule the other, one trying to make you a project, one trying to, create a project out of you. No, everyone should be as equivalent as possible. We're not equal. None of us are equal. Because I actually haven't found anybody that's as smart as myself, except maybe about 10 people that I know who I think are smarter than me. There are two of them that are in the chat, and you, BrownGirlBella, but my mother, of course. Other than that, there's maybe about two other people, just Andrea, and that's it. But the bottom line is that we're equivalent. We were brought here by the Most High. Not man, not woman. We were brought here and sent here by the Most High through a woman. And we have to all understand what our blessings are, our talents are, and we are put here for a reason. So get on it, everybody. And everybody should know exactly who their elected officials are, because even when you don't vote, you have voted. Get that? When you don't vote, you have voted.
Yeah.
You have just let somebody in. So, for someone to say, oh, my religion says that I don't want to be in the system. And well, you're in the system because as long as you have one of these, a cell phone, and if you have a device,
Big Brother's always watching.
There.
Big Brother's always watching.
Exactly.
So don't subscribe to that notion. Oh, it doesn't count. My vote doesn't count. Absolutely, your vote counts.
It does.
Absolutely, your voice matters.
Exactly.
Absolutely, the people that you elect, you need to be at their door. Hello. What's your stance on this coming through?
Exactly.
What kind of legislation are you putting forth to make sure that this gets repealed down the line?
Exactly.
Okay, because let me tell you something. One of the worst things that we did as a country is fall back and let 45 get into office, because he set this whole thing in motion. He put those justices on that panel and made it a more conservative panel so that all of these things can slowly but surely be repelled. And so we have nobody to blame but ourselves. But now that we know better, we can do better. And so I challenge everybody in here who is listening, and more who may listen later, understand that now is the time for you to understand the power of your vote. We, as a Black diaspora, need to understand that there is power in community coming together, bringing our voices to the forefront. Because if you look at others, when they band together, they get heard. Okay, go into any Jewish neighborhood and you see they've got their own policing, they've got their own hospitals, they've got their own schools, they have their own churches. Everything is in a 5-block radius for them.
And BrownGirlBella, continue with that. But when you talk about policing, and you're right, because I know where we're in New York, the Hasidic Jews, they have their own policing, all that stuff. But guess what? Guess who? I just came across a document about 2 weeks ago, and guess what it said? Well, guess what it said? LGBTQ policing. And it's like, wait a minute. See,
what? But why not? But why not?
But no, but let me tell you, it's not the policing that we think it is. Because when we think of policing, we think of us being on the defense and them coming after us. This is a different type of policing. The narrative was it was easy to help defend them, to help the LGBTQ community against others. It's going to be very interesting how this rolls out. And because the police are to protect them. They become that protected class. Once again, here we go. So the protected class banner is going to come down, but it is going to be incorporated in other places. It's already being written. Power of the pen. So here's what I'm saying. If you don't know reading, writing, arithmetic, if you don't know how to read, if you don't know how to write proficiently, if you don't know how to write a letter, if you don't know how to write some grants, if you don't know how to write, if you don't know how to research, if you don't know and understand lies, damn lies, and statistics, and understand how people can spin a narrative on and make you parrot their crap any day of the week, it's going to actually be really doom and gloom for those people who are not enlightened. Me, myself, I'm good. We have enough light. We're good to go. All this melanin, we're good to go. It's on and popping because the ancestors come down, the ancestors talk. But I'm just saying, you were absolutely right. Hello, somebody. Okay, boss lady. That's the boss lady's talk right there. But that's what I'm saying. You were right on point, BrownGirlBella. The bottom line, policing. And it's not the same. People are getting the police to defend them against us. And be mindful. It's our fault.
Absolutely. DOD, what do you have to say about this?
Well, they've been trying to get rid of affirmative action for quite some time now. It barely passed back in, what was the 60s, 70s when it did pass. It barely passed even then. So they were just waiting. They were just buying enough time to get enough justices up on the Supreme Court to be able to change it. They changed Roe v. Wade. It's going to be a lot more changes.
Absolutely.
Because Trump he put in a lot of those federal judges who are federal judges for life, and these people are in their early 30s, mid 30s. So they're going to be there quite a while. And it's going to be, because see, the Republicans understand that the world pretty much, the United States is democratic. But if you have the right people in the right places, then you can affect, like you said, laws. You can affect you can affect the way the country is ran, regardless if you're not in control, in complete control, in complete power, just by the laws that are put out, because the Supreme Court, as it stands, is Republican. It's Republican. So any laws that'll come through, they're going to be passed or not. It's going to have to go through the Republican Party, and then you got these federal judges who are also Republican, and they're for life. So it's only going to get worse.
It is.
They're already trying to take out the history of Black people out of books. There's certain they don't want critical race theory taught in elementary, high school, and it wasn't taught there anyway. But these are excuses they're using to try to whitewash American history.
Well, it was being taught in secondary education. So in colleges and universities, they're starting to open that up a lot more. But again, with this now being in place, a lot more minorities are not going to have that opportunity to get access to that kind of information, because they're barred from even getting past the admission stage, because they just don't have enough money to now go into colleges and universities without that affirmative action and those funding that they needed once that had kicked in. So again, we're seeing a lot of this happening all over. And unfortunately, it's going to get worse before it even gets a little bit better. And so my thing now is, what do we do? How do we move forward?
Okay, I have an idea. Number one, everybody needs to go get a couch, okay? Because I honestly, I think that there's a mental health issue that is very prevalent in our community, and I mean, I'm talking about some real stuff, and I'm talking about real, meaning that people just need to let go. Sometimes they just need to talk to somebody, and oftentimes, especially in the YouTube streets, they come on here and they take out stuff on people, on men, on women, and it's ridiculous. I think that people need to try to go and get some help and start healing themselves. We call it shadowing, shadow work. There's a plethora of different types of, approaches that you can use from the psychological point of view. But I think people need to visit their own and reevaluate their psychology. And I was just talking to some good people tonight about going to the doctor and getting getting health and wellness. Just I'm talking about basics, basic stuff. Go to the dentist, go to the eye doctor, and I'm talking about folks if you can. So let's just get there. Go, women, go get your checkup. Men, go get your checkup, because we always do this thing. Oh, women do this, do that, and the other. Yes, women do that. Men need to go get checked up as well. We need to have our brothers as strong as possible. And what I am seeing lately in here, I don't know, when you were in Philly, Brown Girl Bella, I don't know if you saw it, but we have too many young men that are like in their 40s and 50s with canes, walking like and stooped over. Now, mind you, they were never in the military. I know that. Okay. They weren't, let me see. No, they weren't in the military. Okay. They weren't, I don't know if they were in the coal mines or, went into places where they dug, for crystals and in caves and things of that nature. So I'm not really, I know these people, but they have lived a particular life.
Right.
That hard not life is not for us. Don't do it. And we need to stop aggrandizing. Oh, I'm a gangster. I'm a thug. Okay. Easy life is easy. Fast life is fast death. Fast life is fast death.
Absolutely.
Everybody
Well, we were
wants to
talking about that in the
aggrandize it.
beginning about how the young, the millennials of today, these younger people, they don't have the same type of presence of mind instilled in them that your grandmother or my grandmother or our parents kind of instilled in us. Right now, it's I got to get mine by however means necessary. If I got to trick a dude to get it, if I got to, dress sexy, if I got to do different things sexually to get it done, I'm going to get it done. And it is the same thing that a guy does, I can do. And so, of course, DOD had opinions about that and said, when it comes to the same thing that a man can do, women can't do that. And I agree, because there's a stigma that says if you do things, then you are going to have a scarlet letter on your forehead. You are going to things. You are going to be seen as different things, and there's going to be the same type of respect shown to you that if a man did it, he would automatically receive, because that's just the nature of the beast. So unfortunately, that is the time that we live in. That's been the time that we lived in. There's no going around that. So how do we then say to our women, listen, we don't condone men cheating, but we don't condone women cheating either. It's not good for either party. But understand, if you are a woman who cheats, then you are going to get labeled a certain way.
Yeah.
That is not going to be the same case for a man.
Absolutely. That's why women are better cheaters than men.
And we talked
Yes,
about that too. You missed the whole thing.
I heard the clothes. I heard all of
Listen,
that. You know, I
yeah.
agree. I agree with the clothes to a degree. I do think that when you get with each other, you still should be dating. You should always be in dating mode and dating phase.
Yes.
And yes, I do not agree that if she should go out looking like hoochie and be hoochie for you. But I am not gonna have my queen go out with me looking like she comes from Kojic. That's not gonna work. Nah, that's
my thing is
that's
how
fine.
you get them and how you attract them. It should be how you keep them. So you want to keep yourself looking good. You want to keep yourself fit. You want to make sure that you are putting your best foot out. But DOD said, I can't wear my little workout outfit that I got on now because that's a little too much. But
wear your maxi dress. But wear your maxi dress and don't have no underwear on underneath and and then you go out and you go to the Pyramid Club like I showed you that Pyramid Club up there where it's only and you take your lady to the Pyramid Club, you understand? And then in Wada. See, there's ways of doing things, but again, I do agree that there is a certain je ne sais quoi, a disposition, but no, I don't want them looking like an Amish, like they just came from the Amish town. Negative. No, I don't want that. I'm not interested in that at all.
I don't think he went to the extreme of Amish, but he made a reference to, and he's still here, so he can elaborate.
Okay.
But he made a reference to like jeans and t-shirts, and I was like, well, did she get you with jeans and t-shirts? Because again, there's some men who like that, who think that's sexy. So
that is true. I mean, so
that's what you like. But I'm saying if you like a woman who shows a little bit of skin and you are attracted to her because she did show a little skin and she looked good, what have you, and then you make her your girlfriend and then say no more of that. You must wear jeans and t-shirts. And I love a good maxi dress too, boss lady. I have a lot of maxi
boss lady.
Listen,
that's right.
I love that. But again, like I was saying, but maybe I want one with my shoulders out. Maybe I want a maxi dress with my back out. Maybe I want a maxi dress with a slit on the side because I want to show a little leg. Like, you can't do that anymore because now you're in a relationship.
Yeah. No.
Right. Look. Again, men are visual. The way we get you is not the way we want to keep you. If that makes sense to you, we love the female form. We love women who look good. But once we make you ours, we don't want that being displayed again out in public. We just don't. As men, we don't want that. We're territorial.
You're not gonna look at any other woman after that anymore.
No, but see, again, we're visual, so it wouldn't matter.
No, but you already have your woman, so you don't need to look anymore. So you're good.
No, but
yeah, because
we all know.
I agree with you. I am totally with you. As soon as you get her, you get and y'all get each other. That's right. She's not supposed to wear any of that stuff that she used to get you. Absolutely, I'm with you on that. So now that you got her, she got you. You don't need to look no more. You better not look nowhere else. You don't need to look nowhere else because you already got what you got. She got what she got. You got what you got. And
but now TC. But let me ask you. So TC, are you going to do the same?
No, this is your philosophy, not mine.
Again, because it's my philosophy.
This is yours. So I'm saying to you, don't worry about me. Don't worry about me. I'm saying to you that
I'm not talking about my philosophy. I'm talking about how men feel. It's not my philosophy. It's the way men.
No, because all men don't feel that way. All men don't feel that way.
Right, of course not. But
Yeah.
what I'm saying
I'm
is,
talking about you, and I know that it's you and maybe some others, but I'm just saying to you, or that if a young lady does that, then her man does not have to look any further because he's gotten what he's gotten, and she got what she got. He don't have to look, and she don't have to dress. That's it.
but again,
Everybody's good.
right, I understand what you're saying, but again, it doesn't matter if a man is looking. He knows what he's supposed to know what he has at home. So just like a woman, she should know what she has at home. So it doesn't matter if
both of them know what they have at home, so they don't have to look at nobody outside. I'm with you. I get it.
Okay. All right. See, so okay, again.
Yeah, I get it. I'm glad that you said that. So to all the guys. So
No.
DOD is saying that you are not to look any further because you got your lady. You should be satisfied, and you are
guys, don't listen.
satisfied.
Guys, don't listen.
You don't have to look any further.
Guys, don't listen to her.
And to
don't
the
listen
ladies,
to her.
DOD
because
is saying
she just a moment ago said it was an individual
that you used to get the guy because you already got each other. I think that's interesting. I think that's fair and square. That's balanced.
But TC, you said it was an individual thing. Now you're telling all guys. See, that's how women do.
I'm saying
that's what women do.
I'm saying I'm repeating what you're saying to the men and to the women and to the people.
I didn't say anything about the men and the women.
Coming. I'm just repeating it for the
people.
No, you're not.
You're not repeating what I said.
I'm repeating it for the people that are going to be coming later, especially like 20 years later. And I want them to make sure that they get this correctly. There's the people that are going to be here 30 and 40 years later. I want them to hear that DOD was saying, dudes, you got it. Don't look no more. You're visual. You don't need to be visual. Ladies, you don't need to wear any more tight clothes or anything like that because you got your dude. So we're all happy. And I think that's an interesting stance.
Guys, that's what TC said.
No, that's what DOD said. DOD is fair. DOD is a fair and vice versa.
So you want to be fair. You want to be fair.
Boss lady, look at there. You see, and vice versa. Isn't that Latin? Vice versa. And that's Latin. Thank you. We have for the Latin people, for the people out, in other countries, vice versa means for what was one for the other, one for one, this one for the other. You don't need to look any further. It's easy.
So then by that, hold on.
Uh-huh.
So then by that logic, women should also pay for dates.
No, we're talking about
it's vice versa. Now all of a sudden it's not vice versa now, right?
No, it's not. No.
Why should men pay? Modern women want men to be traditional.
The hypothesis was that if a man has a woman and a man gets a woman and he doesn't want her to wear the same kind of clothes because he doesn't want her to be seen anymore by other men. Okay. Right. And vice versa. So thank you, boss lady, because vice versa means, and for the man, since if he has what he has and he's got it and it's good, then he don't need to look because men will look at other women. He doesn't need to look anymore. This has nothing to do with paying for dates or anything like that. Stop changing the subject. You're not going to get it here. We're going to stick to the one topic and the one hypothesis. If you want to come up with an antithesis, then let's do that. But let's stick with the topic.
Okay, we can do that.
Thank you. And I can't stand people be changing the topic.
I've already destroyed that talking point.
Why is it so hard for some people to be faithful?
Okay. DOD, you want to take it?
Yeah, it's because again, if you're not getting what you want at home, it doesn't matter what a woman is wearing. If you're or for a woman, if she or he are not getting what they want at home, their eyes are gonna, like as Bella said, their eyes are gonna start wrong. So what you have to do is take care of home. Again, it doesn't matter what a woman wears. It doesn't matter if the man is looking or if the woman is looking, if their eyes are wrong. It's how you're being treated at home that's going to be the deciding factor on whether or not somebody cheats.
Okay.
And that's for both genders.
But conversely, we talked about if you are still doing what you need to do at home, right? You're still, like I said, feeding them, doing it though, and leaving him alone,
Can
they
boss
will
lady come up?
some men will still go out and cheat because they feel that it is within their right to have as many women as they want. They feel that they can have their cake at home and then have some other slices at home outside as well. Yeah, boss lady, come on. As long as you don't show me no pitas, I'm good. You already had to ban one from the studio.
Oh wow, really? Today?
Yeah. Yeah.
Ooh.
Now, Bella, also
Is it because of the way I look tonight? That's why he came up with the pita?
Because the way you dress. He shows his pita. Isn't that something? Because you dress a certain way.
No, that guy is just
what you say about that?
He's just a freak. That's all.
You gonna drop the link? You gonna drop the link? Oh, there
welcome, boss lady.
Thank you. You said as long as I don't show you what?
Oh, I had a guy show me his member earlier in the live.
His what?
His penis.
I'm a female.
No, that's why I was making the joke.
I was confused
because he didn't ask to come up. He just came backstage showing me his stuff. So I'm like, as long as I don't see nothing, I'm good.
How you doing? Hey DOD, hey TC.
Thank you for coming.
Hey boss lady, how you doing?
I'm good. Thank you for letting me come up. And we ain't gonna do you bad because I have brothers also. I have brothers also. So I'm just trying to understand everybody's standpoint because I don't believe in cheating, right? I believe that if you're not ready to be in a serious relationship, because being in a relationship leads to other things, engagement, marriage. Otherwise, what's with the long, 3, 4, 5 year engagement? So, I do believe that everything is 50-50. When I say vice versa, I mean what goes for you goes for the next person. Everything should be on an even playing field.
Does that include paying for dates as well? Because the younger generation these days, they believe that if modern women want men to still be traditional. And so the young men of this generation is saying, well, no, you want me to be traditional. You want me to go out and pay all the bills and pay for all the dates and everything like this.
No, I don't believe in that. I believe like say on date night, whoever initiates it is the one that lays everything out. They're the ones who you pay for dinner, whatever. Like, if I say that I'm taking my man out, I don't expect him to do nothing.
Right.
If I give a barbecue at my house and I invite people, I don't expect him to bring things. I don't expect him to bring food. I don't expect him to bring a bottle of wine. Most people with common sense will bring something anyway, just because that's how they are. But I don't expect you to do nothing. But in a relationship, especially if I don't want to say if you raise right, because it's just common sense.
Well, sis, common sense is not common. And with these younger generations,
it's not that common with some people.
Yeah.
But this is why we have to teach our kids.
They don't give a
we have to teach our kids. We have to teach our nieces. We got to, lead by example.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I said earlier today. But let me ask you ladies this, because there was a big hoopla a few months ago about men taking women out on dates. I'm back to that again. They were saying that the women are complaining that the men want sex on the first date, and the men are complaining that, hey, if I'm paying $200 dinners and whatnot, who's spending $200 on this date, they expect to have sex with the woman. So I came up with a simple solution. If each pay their own way on the first date, because you're just getting to know each other. If you each pay on the first date, then there should be no expectations from either side. If you guys decide that, hey, if the woman decide, hey, I don't like this guy for whatever reason, he can't feel used because he spent $200 on a date and didn't get sex from the woman. And the woman, she doesn't have to worry about him, trying to get sex from her because they're each paying their own way. What do you ladies think about that?
I feel like this. If I'm at the table, I will know in the first 2 minutes, not the first hour. I will know in the first 2 minutes what's this person's expectations, what he wants from me, what he's trying to get, or maybe this person might be even genuine. You will know. Because you can't really fake the funk. It ain't that serious where you think that a person's going to want to have sex with you on the first date. You should know what it's hitting on in the first 2 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
The women know whether or not they're going to have sex with the man. Before they even go out on that date, she knows if she's going to have sex.
Yes, they do. And some of them, some women and some men, because it's vice versa, it might even be their expectations. But we have to remember that all women and all men are not the same.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And so again, my solution, if they each paid their own way on that date, then there should be no expectation.
Exactly. Because if you sitting at the table for them 2 minutes, if you feel in your mind that he's going to be expecting something when his date is over, your money should be in that envelope at the table when it's checkout time. And that way you don't have to worry about what the expectations is going to be after you spent $200 on that meal.
Right. But my whole thing is where did this whole expectation come from? Mm-hmm. Like, you invited me on a date. Where in that date did you think that I'm supposed to sleep with you because you invited me on a date? Like, I don't understand where we make that jump from having a meal together and having, a glass of wine or whatever we're having and getting to know each other to the expectation that you then have to open your legs to this man because he showed you some sort of kindness.
That's crazy.
I don't understand where that came from.
Well, let me explain it. Because like I said, again, I've talked to men here on YouTube, the younger generation. This is where it's coming from. Men have been taking women out on dates. Some men have taken women out on multiple dates and spent multiple hundreds of dollars when that woman knew she was not interested in him. Because again, that's where it comes to. A woman knows if she's going to have sex with him on the first night or not. She knew she was not interested in him, but she wanted for him to go out and spend all this money on her. Mm-hmm. So this generation said they're no longer doing that. If you want me to spend $200 on you on a date, I'm expecting some sex afterwards. And if I'm not getting it, then I'm not taking you on that date. So they're right up front with it. Hey, look, I'm going to spend this money on you. We're going to have sex. And if we're not, then I'm not spending it on you. That's
okay. Wait. I need to get clarity. DOD, I need to get clarity on that one. So, are you saying you, or are you just speaking in general?
No. Again, remember I said the younger generation that I spoke with.
All right. Okay. Oh yeah, because it's like a delay. I hear a little delay.
Oh,
okay. I just
wanted. I've never took a woman out expecting anything. I've never done that because
I'm sorry.
I was saying I never expect to do anything when I take a woman out. I never expected. But this younger generation, they're not playing that game. They're saying, hey, if I'm going to spend my hard-earned money, I want something in return.
Mm-hmm.
It might have been going on in my generation, but I have to tell you, I never experienced that. Mm-hmm. The expectation part.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, again, I think it is a product of the generation
Mm-hmm.
and the fact that, all of these younger generations who are following the rappers and all of these people with
Yep.
these large platforms who talk about, excessive wealth and how they got it. I think that growing up, these young girls want to emulate this
Yep.
and
I
they
believe
want to
so too.
duplicate this, and
Mhm.
they're going about it
The wrong way.
in a manner that, again, casts them in a disparaging light. Because again, we say to all the guys who have multiple sex partners, hey, that a boy, good to go. You good, you good. That's great. Women are not afforded that same slack, right? They're not afforded that opportunity to date multiple people. And whether they're having sex with them or not, it is already a stigma if you have all of these people that you are dating, that you are having sex with them, whether or not it's real or implied, it's already a stigma that is attached. Don't believe me? Look at Lori Harvey. Every time she is attached to someone, whether it is a celebrity or not, she is automatically labeled as, oh, she's sleeping around, she doing this, she
Mm.
doing that, she's whatever. Megan Thee Stallion, she talks all about having a hot girl summer and I'm doing this for the hotties, and she's wearing all these things. Again, you get this image that she is sleeping around and she is doing
Mm-hmm.
having multiple sexual partners, whether or not she's doing it or not, just simply by the way she is dressing, by the way she is acting, the things that she says, you think automatically, yes, she's a promiscuous young lady.
Well, some people would think that, but I'm gonna tell you something. There's a lot of females out here that it might seem like it, but they really ain't about that. They really be just portraying, and and they really ain't, don't really have those type of ways. It's a shame. It's a shame, but I'm I
But
wouldn't want.
again, it's that image that they're projecting, boss lady,
Yes.
that is counteracting with what it is they may believe. Because Megan may believe, hey, I'm just portraying the image. I'm just telling girls, have a good time this summer, be free, date people, not necessarily have sex with them, but date and get to see, what type of man you like or what have you. But again, the way it is delivered and the way these younger generations are taking in that information is saying, yes, footloose and fancy free. I could do whatever I want, and I could trick on you, and I could do. And that's where the problem lies, because then you have men who are not going to respect you. You have women who are going to look down on you and call you different names, and you are going to be labeled as something outside of your name because of the simple fact that you are putting this image forth.
This person. And in addition to that, Brown Girl Bella, what happens is that then now we all get lumped into being that way.
Right.
Because and because I've had gentlemen just automatically decide that they want to, talk to me a certain way, because they have the Cardi B or those people or that persona syndrome. And now they portray that because they think that that's the way the women are, or that some women are, but the women are in general. And instead of treating each situation, each person as an individual, getting a chance to learn and know each person individually.
That's
No,
what I'm
everyone,
talking about. Yes.
everybody gets lumped in. And I'm gonna tell you, when I sometimes, I'm passing my construction sites and things of that nature, I speak, okay? I speak to everybody. I'll speak to the dogs in the street. I'll speak to the cats. I speak to the elders. I speak to the little kids. I speak to my construction workers, those people that at sites. I speak to people in the morning. Good morning. Good morning. They're looking at me like something's crazy. But here's the thing. What I don't like is that when I say good morning and I say hello, and then automatically, yo, baby, and it's like, hold up, don't try to impress these white boys. Number one, because you're gonna first of all make them think that they can talk to me that way, and then all of y'all gonna get cussed all the way out, and y'all wanna go back to Africa. Trust me when I tell you, okay? Because I'm not that heifer. Okay, don't talk to me that way. I'm speaking to you and I'm saying good morning. That does not give you permission. And
right.
anybody
that is not an open invitation.
It's not an open invitation, which tells me that most people I'm telling you, I told you, Brown Girl Bella, people need a couch because they have mental issues, not mental like real stuff. They got stuff that is unresolved. They've been abandoned, they've been abused, they've been not looked at, they've probably been called weirdo looking, ding dong looking, because I call them that all the time. And I'm telling you, I call people that because I'm tired of people thinking that you can talk to that one that way, and if that's the way he or she wants to be talked to, God bless America and let freedom ring. But do not come over here. You are not allowed. You get no permission unless I say it to you that you have permission to talk to me, or that I give you permission to X, Y, and Z. And even if I give you permission to talk a certain way to me, and it's negative and it's mean, I've been able to talk to people mean and whatever. But you know what? I don't do it. You know why? Because it's not right.
Right.
Just because a person allows you to do it, don't do it.
Doesn't mean you should.
You're just right. That doesn't mean that you should.
And don't take a person's kindness for weakness either.
That's right.
When they're giving you the agency and the grace, don't think that as an open invitation to treat them in any kind of way either, because then the other shoe will drop, and you don't want that. No. And as soon as then when we drop the other shoe, now we're a mad black woman. That's what we are now. Oh, okay. Now, because no, what it is that I'm returning the favor. I'm returning it back to you, because y'all don't say that with the Karens. Yeah, I see them with the Karens. The Karens be all up in your face and telling you what to do, coming in your house, killing you and everything else and all kind of stuff. And no outrage, none. Okay. Oh, no, that's not going to be it. And I'm not going to take up the banner for no. If you can't take up the banner for yourself, I'm not taking up the banner for you anymore. That's out and that's done. And that's family included. But as far as people thinking that they can take me out and take me on this little date that they call a date, and that they're gonna get the thing that God blessed me with the most, they are out of their freaking mind. Okay. And they need a couch. They need cooking with the tantrums. They need some help management. They need some management. They need some pills. They need something, because they are out of their freaking mind. And they need to stop listening to some of these old dudes, because them old dudes wasn't able to get in the punani. And that's the reason why they telling these young dudes, this is where you're supposed to be, which is all wrong. And that's a whole nother issue, because some of these old dudes are telling some of these young dudes all the wrong thing. And I've been around some of these younger guys. I was just around a group of gentlemen from Morehouse just yesterday. Okay. And I was just they pledged Alpha. They went over Alpha and everything. And let me tell you something, the manners, the yes, ma'am. Yes. First of all, they're very intelligent. I was so impressed with them. The way that they were dressed.
And,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna tell you the one thing that really got me when one of them went to the bathroom and everything, and I told him, I said, listen, in this office here, you make sure the seat is down, okay? And he was like, that's right, yes, ma'am, because my mother raised me. I know, and my father always told me, you don't disrespect women by keeping the thing up, blah blah blah. I was like, okay, for that, okay, good, okay,
Exactly.
and everything. Good,
But
good.
again, it goes back to what we were talking about in the very beginning. Like if you are grown up with that kind of mindset and people who instilled good graces in you, then you are a more well-rounded person. And I think we did this generation a disservice by one, having them way too young, but then two, not raising them up in the way that they should go, and thinking that this fast life, this fast money, this lifestyle of the rich and scandalous is going to get you
That's new.
far. It's not going to get you far.
Right. The rich and scandalous.
It may get you to a certain level. Yeah, you may get your little Chanel bag or what have you. Great. But at what price did you get that Chanel bag? What kind of things did you have to do? How much of your soul did you have to sell in order to get that?
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's a lot of that going on. It's a lot. I mean, all you got to do is watch some of these videos. Some of these videos are real. Gold diggers.
Yeah.
It's real. These girls,
like that.
they don't want to give you the time of day, but as soon as they see you getting a nice car, they backtrack and they're in your car. And they don't care if you're a stranger.
Right.
They don't care.
And then not only that, but then they're asking right away for money. As soon as you sit down in that car, they're asking.
Yes, they're asking to go shopping. They asking for bags. It's crazy.
Wrong.
Whose kids are these?
Yeah, I saw those videos as well. So short.
Yes.
I was watching that before I came over here with y'all. I was like, wow. I was like, oh my goodness.
But
they
listen,
don't know if they could
we have nobody to blame but ourselves because we left the gate wide open. And I'm counting everybody in here because we need to take these young girls and these young men and we need to tell them that this fast living, this fast way, and it was that way before. It's not nothing new. Beforehand, it was the drug dealers and, I got to get me a drug dealer guy because he got the good car, he got the wise of money, he got all of this, he got all of that. Yeah, and he's also going to get a bullet in his head or locked up in jail. So don't go down that avenue because you may get caught up in that situation and then you be down with him in the jail or in the ground.
Look,
so don't open yourself up to that. So I was always mindful of that. I was always brought up with that reality that all money ain't good money.
That's right. That's right.
Boom.
These old sayings are true. These old sayings are true.
All money ain't good money. So figure out for yourself how you want to be represented in this world. And that's how you will be treated. I can walk down and hold my head up high because I know what I have is hard earned. And I don't need any man to validate that because I have that self-validation for myself. I can walk down the street and have my head held high because I'm a good person. I am good to people who are good to me. And at my base core, I want to say that I live my life as if my grandmother were watching.
Clap from home.
My grandmother was watching, and it's something that she didn't want to see me do. I ain't doing it.
Now I'll admit I might
never want to disappoint her.
I might be a cusser now, but respect is everything to me. Everything. And I learned that from my grandparents. my mom and my dad, a 2-parent household.
Right. There you go. There you go. A
Mhm.
2-parent household. Bella
Yeah.
showed a clip earlier when we first started this conversation. This young lady had cheated on her baby daddy with his brother, and she just straight told him, "I don't care. I'm going to do what I want to do." And to me, women need to have self-respect. They
Wow.
never would have done anything like
Right.
that. And they come out and just say, "Hey, look, I don't care. I'm going to do what I want to do, and I'm going to sleep with your brother, your uncle, your father." She just didn't care.
I
Yeah.
keep muting because
And
I
I
don't
don't know
want my
if you
dog
look.
barking.
Oh, this
I'm sorry.
okay. I just brought mine downstairs because she was running around and acting up. So I was like, okay, it's time for you to go to bed. But in the comments, I don't know if you saw DOD, but in the comments, people were actually like, oh, low key, she's making sense. I'm like, how is that making sense? How is that at all a rational thought?
Some things is just logic.
Like
But
it
that's the
doesn't
mentality of these
doesn't
youngsters
make
these
sense
days,
to
though.
me. Like,
Yeah,
how
that's
is
the
anybody
mentality
think
of
that's
youngsters.
okay?
Mm-hmm.
It's not okay.
It's not.
It's
See,
not okay.
see, the stigma is if you have respect for yourself, then you're
Right.
uppity. Then you're uppity.
Right.
You
Right.
know, it's really weird.
I'd rather be uppity than something else.
Hello, somebody.
Okay? I'd rather you think that than think anything else, because
That's right.
I know at the end of the day what I am and who I am and whose I am. At the end of the day, when it's all said and done and my eyes are closed for the final time, I gotta go and see my maker. I gotta go and
Gotta
see
answer.
my dad and my grandmothers and my grandfathers and
Right.
my daughter and all those who are looking down on me and answer to that.
I mean,
And I
I
want
really
to
try to
show
be
up
mindful of
authentically how they made me.
absolutely. I try to be mindful. I really do. I hope I don't, even on social media, I hope I don't come off like a bitch. You know,
Mhm.
but I like Watermelon. This is her words. She's straight, no chaser. I'd rather be a straight up person than a phony person.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Listen, I'm from Brooklyn, New York. So I give it to you straight, no chaser. I shoot straight. Pow pow.
Pow.
Well,
I
I'm
don't
right
have
behind
no
you.
qualms about it.
I'm right behind you. I'm from New Jersey.
There you go. Brick City. I got you.
Okay.
I got Tri-State. That's how we move. That's how we move. Straight, no chaser. Because we are authentically who we are.
Right.
So if you are a bad person, or if you are a person that only thinks about yourself and that only is out to get what you can get, then you're going to show up in that, because you can't hide your true self
Yourself.
for that long. Okay, everybody, when you first meet, they send their
Speak on
representative.
it, girl. Speak on
They
it.
send their
Come on,
representative,
yes.
right? And your representative talk a good game, right?
Ooh.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, it's telling me everything I want to hear. And then 3 months down the line, you can't keep it up at the same pace. And then your representative falls back. And the true person then comes forward. And then you sit there and you're like, but didn't you just say that?
Oh my
And
goodness.
wasn't you just and then you start thinking, okay, well, herein lies when the rubber meets the road. And I gotta say, I liked your representative better. So I'm gonna move on. Because this new one that I got here before me ain't the one for me. This new person that's all about themselves.
I don't know her.
That's telling me, things that they think I want to hear, but in the background doing the sneaky link stuff that you find out later.
Right. Boop. There it is.
I don't have a problem cutting a person off because
my scissors work very well. My scissors work very well.
Look, she got the pink ones too.
I don't play. I don't play. Because see, at the end of the day, I want to be happy. I want to be fulfilled. I want to know that the person who is there for me is truly riding and there for me.
Right.
And if they are, then I don't have any questions. I don't have to wonder and worry and second guess and wonder, okay, if they're not within my eyesight, are they doing the sneaky thing? If I'm not on the phone with them at every minute, are they now hushing with another chick because I'm not on the phone with them in that moment? I don't have to worry if you go out of town or I go out of town, what kind of stories I'm gonna hear back.
Yeah, because it's a shame when you could convey that and be like, listen, I'm not worrying about that. People expect you to really be worrying about that because they're not secure. And this goes for the men too.
Mm-hmm.
But when you know and you already laid it out on the lines, the person knows you or should know you and know that once you step off that bridge, then them scissors is coming out.
I'll keep them right beside me.
Cut.
But here's the other thing, boss lady. If you are secure in who you are and you are leading that path, right? Because a man, like I told DOD, a man is built to lead, right? If you are strong and you're gonna lead, a good woman is going to follow that lead because she knows you're not gonna lead them astray. But when you start to waffle and you start to move different, then she got to step up and say,
hold up,
wait, hold on.
That's why I love my brothers.
This is not how I want to be led. This is not how I want to move.
That's right.
This is not the person that I thought you were. It can't happen. It can't fly. It can't fly because a woman is not going to follow somebody who can't lead.
No,
I'm going to say it again for the people in the back. A woman cannot follow a man that can't lead.
It's the truth. How can you?
And lead with this head, not the other one.
Right.
This one.
Right.
And you got one, and you have everything.
And make sure it's a clear head too.
Exactly.
It's not fogged up with no nonsense.
Right. Talking about I got blunt, I got this. Come on now. Anytime we get in these YouTube streets and they talking about what they doing, and they telling the world what they're doing. Come on.
And this is why you can't
you got people in there that's like, hey, this and that, and being all, real friendly and real close and real and talking real slick with it. And I pride myself on being a very intelligent woman, right? I can see the signs, right? Even if you try to tell me, oh, what you looking at is not really what you looking at, dude, I got eyes, I can see. I'm a woman. I know when a chick is trying to, shoot her shot and flirt and carry on.
Right. Especially when you have strong male figures, strong masculine men in your life.
Yes.
You learn.
Listen, my Aries dad was a lot of things, but he was also a ladies' man. So I see the signs and I know the signs. I had a husband who also thought he was a ladies' man. He got a rude awakening because you thought you could have your cake and eat it too. Not when the cake is Shannon. Not when the cake is Shannon. You cannot. Because I'm more than enough for anyone. And sometimes too much.
And that's me. I think I'm too much because I'm not putting up with it.
Nope. No.
And he knows that.
Listen,
I
He
know that's
knows.
right, boss
I drop
lady.
you for less. I drop you for less. So I doggone sure I'm not gonna put up with no nonsense. Let me shout out my girl ATA Grace.
Hey.
Thank you, sis. Hold
Hold
please.
please.
We got some money, honey.
Hold please.
Thank you, AT Grace, for the
That's cute.
$4.99 super
Isn't it?
chat.
Say, play it again one more time.
One more time. Here we
one more
go.
time.
Hold please.
Money, honey. Oh my goodness. Thank you guys for rocking with me. We're almost 3 hours in. You know, I don't like to keep it down too long, but I want to thank my special guest, DOD, again, another great Venus versus Mars, smart conversation. We even took it to the political, you know, we was on that Bella coaster. So we took it to the political, but then we rolled back around and started back where we came from. TC, the HBCU queen, you know, every time you come here, I love it. I love it. And you brought some sisters with you. Boss Lady Talk. I hope this is not the last time that we talk. You are invited to come up anytime. Thursdays, we have Bella After Dark. We talk about a lot of different subjects. Sometimes it's relationships. Sometimes it's just hot topics in the news. But, you know, I love people that come on and dialogue with us and have great grown folk conversation, because, you know, this is the grown folks table. And this is how we get down when we get down. Okay?
Well, I'll be back. I'll hit the subscribe button and the notification bell.
Yes, sis. I love it.
And I love to have like a male perspective.
Absolutely.
I love to have
we can't have all this estrogen in here and not have a little, you know, testosterone to balance us out.
Right.
That's the test.
And DOD, he can hold his own. He can hold his own. So
that's right.
He's always invited here.
We'll agree to disagree, but
he will hold firm on his opinion.
That's right. And as he should.
Right.
As he should indeed. All right. Let's start with Boss Lady. Any final words? Do you have a channel? This is your time to shine. What you got? What you got for us?
I'm on Boss Lady Talk NJ. But my final words is thank you for allowing me to hit the link and come up. Thank you to UTC for pointing me in the right direction. I appreciate your perspective, DOD, and I really enjoyed myself over here. I enjoyed myself.
I love it. I love to hear that.
And thank you.
Thank you.
All right, I'm gonna drop down in the chat.
Okay, sis. Thank you so much for coming.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right.
Okay, can I say something right quick? Can you guys drop her link? Drop her link into the comments section so I can subscribe to her channel.
Oh yes.
And I think I'm already subscribed. TC, you got a channel, don't you, TC?
I do. Yeah, we're connected.
TC, are you a mod here?
What'd you say?
Are you a mod here?
Yes, I am. Okay,
can you drop her link, please?
I will. As soon and I'm gonna say what I have to say, and I'm gonna go down and I'm gonna drop a couple of links.
Okay, sis. Okay, come on.
I just wanted to say, number one, thank you so much. You know, BrownGirlBella, when I come over here, I enjoy myself. We have excellent dialogue, excellent discourse. Like you said, we can disagree to agree to disagree. But at the end of the day, we are grown folks, and we're going to go away from this whole thing and appreciate each other. So I appreciated Boss Lady New Jersey for coming up on the panel, Watermelon Sugar coming in the chat as well, DOD coming up again, you know, always representing and like staying strong and staying firm, to what you believe in your value system. But thank you for coming in and at least being a part of the dialogue, and I appreciate that, because a lot of folks won't even be a part of the dialogue. So it is important, and brothers, continue to stay in and involved in everything that you're involved in. So once again, Boss Lady New Jersey, Watermelon Sugar, thank you so much. I appreciate my sisters, being here. BrownGirlBella, You know, we have work to do. And
Yes,
I just want to
ma'am.
say the Luther Vandross Scholarship Foundation, the Luther Vandross Scholarship Foundation
Yes.
is July the 1st
Oh
is
no.
the
Okay,
deadline
so I'm
date.
gonna put it up again tomorrow.
Okay, yes, and go to Brown Girl Bella's page, community
Hmm.
page, and please, 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 if you know anyone that is at an HBCU, any of the 105 HBCUs in the United States of America, and one is in the Virgin Islands, okay, they're in their third or fourth year of college, so they're rising juniors, rising seniors. And
Hmm.
if they're in their fifth year, you know, sometimes some of us have to do a little 5-year program, okay,
Hmm.
and things of that nature. So the third, fourth, or fifth year, if they have a 2.5 GPA, they can take advantage of this particular Luther Vandross Scholarship Foundation. So I just wanted to, you know, mention that. Please, please, please support each other. Let's, you know, 2024, 2025. We're gonna make it happen. And you know, thanks to everybody here having this discussion. And thank you, BrownGirlBella, for utilizing your platform. For these types of things, and you are always welcome in the city of sisterly love and brotherly affection, because now that we have a female mayor coming up real soon, as you know.
Yeah.
Right, and you had a chance to meet her. It was wonderful. We're getting ready to do trust me, some awesome things. We have a lot to fight. We're gonna have to listen. That's just the way that the world is. We're gonna fight,
It really is. It
and
really is.
we're
We got a
ready
lot
for
of
it.
work to do. We've got a lot of work to do.
That's
So
right.
we just need to get to it.
That's it.
We
And
just
people
need to
like
get to it.
DOD and Point Blank and some of the brothers the good brothers, those that stand alone as kings, we need you all. And I'm being very, very serious. I don't have to agree with you on everything. I'm not going to agree with you on everything, and vice versa. But guess what? You still going to be here, and you're still going to, you're here. So DOD, you're not going anywhere. You're going to be here. And that's just the bottom line. Understand? All
Absolutely.
right.
Yes,
Absolutely.
ma'am.
All right,
All
y'all.
right.
Everybody have a great one. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
I'm gonna
sis.
try to drop these links, because you know I'm
Yes, yes. And
okay.
don't forget, y'all, if you have not connected with me, Brown Girl Bella, please make sure you do that. Also, make sure you give that thumbs up. ATA Grace, yes, I did lose some weight. I'm working out. I'm on that Kanye West workout plan. I'm working out every day, but I'm trying to just be healthy. You know, I got to be here for my grandson. He's moving around and doing things. I got to be able to keep up with him. So
And
that's
where's
how you
Dream?
do it.
Where's my girl Dream?
I just took her downstairs. She was running around here like crazy. I gave her a bath today, hoping that would like calm her down. She was in here. I think she was smiling at DOD.
Ooh, DOD.
I think he got away with my female dogs, because Brooklyn used to smile at him. Now Dream smiling at him. I'm like,
What?
what's going on? What kind of
Okay.
magic trick you got going over there?
Hey, look, because he got it. All right now. That's a good sign,
It must
DOD.
be that smooth voice that it calms them down and gets them,
That's true.
to smile and be happy.
That is true. I can see that. I can see that. But I'm getting ready to go down. I'm gonna try to figure out this dropping the link thing. Okay. So don't judge me. Do not
All
judge
right,
me.
yes, because I
Okay?
got some new friends. I got to connect with them.
Yes. All right, y'all.
Awesome,
Have a great
awesome.
evening.
You too, honey.
All right, TC, take care.
All right, my guy. What's up, DOD? Thank you again for a great Bella After Dark, Venus versus Mars. Always a pleasure. Any final words? Y'all make sure his link was dropped in the chat by Nightbot. It is Deacons of Defense. That is his channel, Black News and Entertainment. Tap into him and hear what else he talks about when he's not here mixing it up with me and my shenanigans.
Well, Bella, again, thank you so much for having me up. I really enjoy Venus versus Mars, the conversations that we have, and then when you allow the people in your chat to come up, like TC tonight and the other lady, boss lady. I just enjoyed having conversations with different people, and especially with the sisters.
Mhm.
It's just something that I enjoy. And like you said, I respect you. I respect Black women, period. But I respect you, Bella, because you do allow these type of conversations on your channel. And I've never left the channel, maybe once. But I never left this channel feeling that I shouldn't have come up, or I didn't enjoy myself or anything like that. I've always had fun over here when we had these type of conversations, you know.
Yeah.
And like I said, because of my respect for you and the ladies that in your chat, even if they disagree with me, and I always expect them to disagree because they're women. We think different. I mean, we just think different, but it's respectful. You know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
that's
Well, that's why it's Venus versus Mars, right? Because
right.
Venus is in one area of the planet, and then Mars is in a totally different. So we're not aligned. You know, you're in one section, we're in another, but it's how we come together. It's the topics that kind of root us in something that we can both dialogue about and have discussions around, whether, like I said, it's politics or relationships or whatever. It's important to have that male perspective because, like I said, I can't know what it is like to be a man. I can't know what it's like to have a male perspective, but I do know what it's like to be a female and having men around. So it's important to kind of get that inner workings to kind of make us all better people. And hopefully, conversely, you know, giving you insight into the female perspective and how we move and the things that we think about and hold dear.
Exactly. And that's what I take away from these conversations that we have. The female perspective of how you ladies think. Because it's quite fascinating when I hear women and how they think. So again, thank you for having me up, and I'm gonna hit those links down there that she's dropping. I can't see it.
Yes.
I'm gonna go ahead and subscribe to those channels. If you haven't already subscribed to Brown Girl Bella's channel, please do so. Hit the like button. I'm gonna share this out as soon as I drop down. I'm gonna share this live stream out. So again, I enjoyed myself up here, and thank you again, Bella, for inviting me. I appreciate it.
Of course, of course.
And of course,
You know, you're always welcome.
Anytime in the future, if you need me, just reach out.
Of course, you know that. I got you on speed dial, sir.
Okay. All right, sounds good to me.
All right, thank you so much. Again, yeah.
Okay. Have a good night.
You too, man. All right. Again, thank you all for coming and hanging out with me on another Bella After Dark. We do this every Thursday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So tap in next week as we discuss some more topics. Also, I go live again on Sunday with Sunday Sips. Sunday Sips is a different platform. This is a platform that talks about more relationships and grown folk conversation. Sunday Sips, I get back to the roots, talking about makeup, skincare, the latest in beauty, beauty news, and all of that good stuff. So tap in this Sunday, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm going to be beating the face as I always do and giving you the news on what's new now and next in the world of beauty. Until next time, you have now been Bellafied. Take care, and I'll see you back here soon. Bye, babes.